Hello, robot fans, and welcome to our first live stream of 2026, live here from the Doncaster Dome. Where else would you want to be this Saturday afternoon? We've got our very first show coming up here at Extreme Robots TV, and our first time live on YouTube. So, exciting times, new shirt, new robots, old faces, new faces, you name it. We've got so much coming up here in 2026. So if you have just joined us, welcome. And of course, do get in touch with us on the live chat page. We'd love to hear from you. And of course, we're going to go through very shortly who is fighting who. We've got at least 10 fights coming up. We've already had Fight Club before the start of the show today. And of course, we're going to decide who will take over John Finlay. Can anyone take on John Finlay after his fantastic end of 2026 as he won the Extreme Robots TV Championships? There's a bounty on his head. Everyone's coming after him. Who will hunt him down, or will he get away from his enemies? We'll find out over the next few months. Remember to, of course, subscribe and like this stream, and we'd love to hear from you as well. We've already had, actually, a couple of comments coming in. Remember, we'd love to hear from you. I was talking to Ellie before when we were doing a little quick Instagram story that we love hearing from you. And you guys make the stream. Without you, we wouldn't do it. Anyway, we are going to go over to our other members of the team, of our presenting team. Let's head over to Ellie and Dan, who will let us know what they're up to today.
Well, Jamie, what an intro. Me and Danny are here backstage. The house robots are already in the arena, and it's already carnage, isn't it, Danny? What a treat room for here in Doncaster.
Well, they're in there. Sergeant Bash is in there. There's sparks flying already. There's sparks back here. The Roboteers are just about ready to kick off this year. I can't wait for it, Ellie. It's going to be class.
Oh, I know. I'm so excited. I'm going to be backstage over in that corner doing all the interviews. So any questions, drop them in the comments and we might be asking later. But Danny, you got a crazy busy day at Danny V Robots.
Yep, Danny V Robots got me new top look. We're going to be filming backstage. We're going to be in the thick of it with the Roboteers, talking about how they've got it, how the break's been, are the robots ready, and who is going to take the belt this year.
I mean, I don't know who it's going to be. It's all to fight for. But look, not only are me and Danny with you on the stream, we're going to be out in the crowd, getting that audience going in Doncaster. And we've got quite a big job to do, Danny, haven't we?
I tell you, Summit, I can't wait to get out there. We've got loads of freebies to give out. We're going to be giving people happiness, smiles, and absolute pure fun and enjoyment on this show, I'm telling you.
Oh, we sure are. So we better get out in the crowd in Doncaster, and we will see you backstage. Jamie, over to you. Have a good one.
Thanks, Ellie. Thanks, Dan. Always great to have them on board. And, of course, Danny Mallon, it's great to have him on board as well. And of course, he's rebranded, you could say, Danny versus Robots as well, there, as you saw on his shirt. And, of course, we do have new shirts for this season. Of course, we've got team shirts coming up, thanks to our sponsors of Raven Sport. So great to, I must admit, it feels great. It's like wearing a football shirt. Nice and sporty, and it works in the heat of this, of course, with all these robots that we have around us here. And of course, be sure to let us know back at home who your favourite robot is as well. We've got a couple of comments. Let's read some messages from our fans back at home. We got Robot Combat Nerd, our first comment of the stream, saying, looking forward to this first show of the year. Oh, I can't wait, absolutely. Who's your favourite robot? Who are you rooting for this afternoon? That's what I want to hear from. And let us know as well where you're watching us from. You could be in Africa, you could be in North America, you could even be just 10 minutes down the road. And if you are, come and get a ticket. We've got 2 more live shows this weekend, one at 4 p.m. today and 12 p.m. same time tomorrow. So be sure to come and join us. You can get the tickets still on the extremerobots.co.uk website. We've also got Team Penny 8 saying best of luck to all the teams today. Thanks very much, Penny. That's a lovely message to send out. And of course, these Roboteers, it's some job that they have to do. And of course, I always find the start of this season quite difficult for the robots because they've had a few months off. They've been out onto the beaches causing mayhem in Ibiza or in Portugal, you name it, where other holiday destinations are available. And of course, you could say there's a bit of cobwebs hanging around. And really, the Roboteers, they don't have a setup like the arena that we have here to be able to experiment with it back at home. And we're going to check out what the arena is. There it is there. That's what you get to see. It's an incredible setup here at the Doncaster Dome. And as you can see, we've got a great crowd here joining us for the first show of the year. And of course, we've got Chris Wilkins and Oliver Scott, who are out there presenting for the team today. Hopefully they will have a good time, I'm sure. Anyway, back to it. So we've got a few fights coming up. As I said, the robots, they've had a few months out. Some could be rusty, some could be really up for getting their first points of the season so far. So, just to quickly explain, there are 4 teams. Now, if you've not watched us before, we have 4 teams that take part in these shows. We have Team Inferno, Team Divinity, Team Quake, and Team Wolfpack. Now, what is the aim? Now, the aim is to simply win as many fights as they can for each show. And what they do is they tally points from each show. So 3 points for a win, and if you lose you get 0. So a lot of points on the line, 3 to win. And of course, come the end of the show, the team with the most points will be in the final. So that means their selected robot for their team will be in the final and will be up against a team that has won in the gladiator battle, which means all 3 teams that didn't win the show will simply have the best robot out of the 3 to go into the final. So that's what to look out for. And then the team that wins the whole show gets a point on the board, and we keep an eye on that leaderboard all year long until the final round come Gloucester this November. So, as we can see, we of course do reach out to us if you can. We do have 10 fights. We do have 10 fights coming up over this afternoon, and we do like to start off with 4 teams getting involved in the start of the show. So that's Team Inferno, Quake, Divinity, and Wolfpack. And we're going to start off with the first fight being Ignition for Inferno, Poseidon for Team Quake, the Firefan for Divinity, and then we have Hungry Boar from Wolfpack. Hungry Boar, of course, as well, is one of our main sponsors, and you can pick up their products back at Tesco, so be sure to check that out. And of course, what I've got right here is a good bottle of Holy. And I must admit, this bottle is fantastic. And as you can probably see in front of me here, I've got all sorts of flavours here. They look like trading cards from here, to be honest with you. But as you can see, there is also some certain ones, and we've got all sorts of flavours. We have energy ones, we have hydration, we have iced tea, milkshake. This is all just from a little bit of a packet here. You put it in your bottle, you fill up with water, and you can have all sorts of different flavours. You're overwhelmed by it, but it's absolutely fantastic. And we love having loads of choices, don't we? It's like being on Netflix. You like having so much to watch, I guess. Milkshake, as I mentioned, syrup as well. And you can check all this out at uk.holy.com. So thanks to Danny Mallon for providing me with this bottle, and of course the products here as well. And if you go on their website and you want to try out their stuff and you haven't done it before, it is 10% off by using the discount code Extreme Robots, all one word I believe, and you can use that on the website. So that's 10% off, a very short-term deal. So be sure to try that out for us. And of course, if you may, try it during the stream. And of course, remember, go on extremerobots.co.uk to check out the schedule throughout the year, starting off with Doncaster this weekend, and of course the rest of the year, where if you want to come and see some extreme robots go up against each other, you can check it out by getting some tickets. We have 3 shows at least normally. We might have 1 or 2 weekends where we have a 4th show depending on demand, but we'd love to see it. We've got a message coming in now from, I apologise if I pronounce this wrong, Sarima08 saying, can't wait, best of luck to all the teams. Remember as well, let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. I might try, if I get the chance, I'll try and put out a poll, hopefully, before each fight, if possible. I'm going to try and do that while I speak as well, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not a great multitasker, I'm not going to lie. Hopefully we may also get some guests from backstage to join us here on the stream. And actually, let's take a look backstage. So, as you can see here, this is where, we call it the bullpen, where basically our upcoming robots for the next fight are lining up, raring to go, and to enter that arena. And that's the inside of the arena. And we've already got one in there. Looks like it might be Hungry Boar in the distance. But of course, look at how big that arena is. So much going on in there. And I do feel for our cameraman, because we've got cameras in there. and you just fear that one of those robots are going to go right into that robot. Sorry, not robot, what am I saying? A camera, and those cameras are not cheap. I hope they have insurance. That is for sure. We have another message saying, Max Rowe 858 saying, good luck to all teams. Thanks very much, Max. Remember as well, you'll get to re-watch the stream, but also you'll get to watch highlights of these shows coming up on Extreme Robots TV, which you can watch for free. Sign up if you haven't yet, and you'll be able to re-watch all these shows in a few weeks' time from our amazing team with Tom and Michael, who will be filming and editing these videos over the next few days. So, as a reminder then, we have 4 teams going for it for this first fight. Ignition versus Poseidon versus the Pfeifen and Hungry Boar. Who's going to win this one? Let us know on the comments. Remember as well to subscribe if you haven't already. Team Inferno, with what we do is at the start of these live shows is have the captains come out at the front and have Chris introduce them and talk to the crowd, just so people can be reminded of what they are doing here today and what their tactics are to try and win. Oh, what a day it's been. It's been a beautiful day outside as well for ahead of Extreme Robots, but you can't complain. But anyway, but as we can see now, if we are moments of the stream where we're going a bit black, so apologies though, we might be having some technical problems. Hopefully you can see it fine back at home. We do have one audience member watching all the way from California. That is Thomas Thornton. Hello, Thomas. Hope you're enjoying it. California, it must be at least 7 a.m., 6 a.m. over there at the moment. Mr. Liam Land. Hello, Liam Land. We've had you on the streams before. Good to see you again. Liam Land saying, good luck to the teams. Also, the feed keeps cutting out, but no big deal. We'll get it through, of course. First stream of the year. Bit of cobwebs, but hopefully we have had some technical issues with one of the cameras, but hopefully it'll work in just a moment. I blame the robots, to be honest. The robots keep messing up with our equipment. You know, we're trying to broadcast it to you, and then the robots keep coming in and out. We've got robots still going into the arena for that first fight. One thing to look forward to as well, which I know a lot of you enjoy, which I think one of our recent videos was uploaded on our YouTube channel, and that was a Spinners Championship fight from last year. We've got a few spinner fights to look forward to. 2 today, if I'm correct. I think we do have one on the 4th fight, and then we have one just after the interval, which is the 7th fight. Hopefully all go to plan. With the spinners, though, it literally lasts moments, or it may even last the whole 3 minutes, which can't be a horrendous amount of damage that could happen from it as well. We've got another message from Steve Rimmer. Hello, Steve, saying watching from Hull. That's not too far away, Steve. Must be an hour away. I might be wrong. Come over. Come buy a ticket. We'd love to see you. Might have to get you on the stream. But no, that's what we do. We do love hearing from where you guys are coming from today. I remember last year we had someone coming all the way from Angola, which was all fun and games. And I remember one time we did actually have, I think it was a Dutch family that came over last year or maybe the year before, and they came all this way, and I believe it was in Maidstone, to come and watch a couple of shows. So we do absolutely love the following that we get here at Extreme Robots TV. So we've got this fight coming up. We are just waiting for the robots to get going, and fights coming back to back, folks. We got 5 for the first half of the show. Then we'll have an interval. We'll be checking out John Finley in his workshop at halftime, so make sure you don't miss that. John Finley is the man of magic. He's the one that makes these robot shows happen. He has a monopoly of robots. It's absolutely terrific. Team Quake now coming into the arena. As you can see at the front there's Will. Been one of our team captains for many seasons now. Great experience. And here's the rest of his team as well, which is a nice touch to see them get the attention from our audience there. Great to see a huge amount of crowd here again at the Doncaster Dome. Doncaster Dome has been a great venue. Should we check out the ball pin and find out which robots are left to come in? Of course, the ball pin is always there. There we go. Bit of nerves, you can see. Look, there's Michael there. He'll be determined to beat John Finley this year. As you can see, he's waiting to get Ignition in. That's Ignition at the front there, and actually towards the door is Michael's dad on the right. And Michael, always there for the interviews, but Michael's dad does do a hell of a lot of work to get their robots ready for the fights. I mean, not just Ignition does Michael have. Michael has also Eruption and all of a sudden, I've completely forgot Implosion. That was it. I'm just trying to remember its name. Just shows how many robots that it has. We are going to just keep an eye on the messages. We've also got Robot Combat Nerd saying, watching from Bristol. I have to miss some of this stream as I'm going out to a featherweight event in a bit. No, you can't go anywhere. You can't do that. Stay here. We've got Hungry Ball about to line up now. There it is in the bullpen. Ready to go. Just having some last minute tweaks. There's John Finley, your champion from the end of last season. Captain Wolfpack. Hello there. Oh, that was quite the angle. There's his son Ollie next to him there. Ollie was actually being asked, do you want to join your dad's team? And Ollie was like, I want to join it, but John won't let it. Oh, there's Ollie. Hello there. Hopefully, and there's Angela. And that is John's mum. Oh, Angela not camera shy at all there. And as we can see, there's Will as well. They are good mates really backstage, despite being captain rivalries. There's Michael. And, well, Will, being the captain of Team Quake, we always say he looks a bit like Harry Potter. Just needs a scar on his head. And there's Poseidon. Looks like there's been a lot of work on Poseidon since last year. It's got a new logo, it seems, on the flipper as well. He's gone branding out there. And you can see there's forks there as well. That seems to be, we call it Forkgate at the moment. There's the Firefun. The Firefun's more of a push bot, but also has, as you can see, those yellow things sticking out like big quavers in a packet of Walker's Quavers. Other crisps are available. But you can see that is a flipper in itself. So it's a push bot and a flipper, which is not easy when you're trying to stay under 110 kilograms. That is the limit of the weight there. There's Ignition. There's the forks, the red forks sticking out. Now that actually looks like there's more forks this time than last season, if I'm correct. I'll have to ask Michael that. But look at how shiny it looks before it gets scratched all over the place before the start of the fight. Lovely paint job by Michael and his dad. Matt Burrow with a big comment saying Divinity suck. Oh, you can't say that. Where's your team spirit, Matt Bauer? Anyway, here we go. I think we're just about to go live in just a moment. And, of course, remember, four robots representing 4 teams. And while that's happening, our good man Danny Mallon will be, you won't be able to see it on the stream, but in future content, keep an eye out for it on our output. Danny Mallon will be doing backstage stuff to capture the reactions from our Roboteers the moment those fights finish, which is something we did new last year, and it's been absolutely terrific to watch from Danny, and he does really well. And the emotions are high, the pressure is high for our Roboteers when they go up in these fights, and it looks like one of the robots is having a problem inside the arena. They're just dragging it back out. Neil, our crew, part of the crew team's just pushed it back out there. And Alex Marlin, Neil and Dan are absolutely terrific. That somehow they get these robots in and out so quickly for each fight. It's absolutely fantastic to see. So Ignition's just about to come in. And it looks as though Poseidon will follow as well. What do you folks back at home think about the whole Forkgate? It's continued into this new season, it would seem. Now, this is to obviously stop their opposition from getting underneath them to produce the flip. Of course, you can't put forks all the way around your robot. You could try it, maybe. I'm sure one day John Finley will try that, maybe. But it would seem as though that trend is going to keep on continuing. We got Robot Combat Nerd saying, watching from Bristol at the moment. Bristol, lovely city. Very hilly, from what I can remember. Let's look inside the arena. And look at them. They're getting ready to go. There's the Firefun. Yes, come on in. Roll on in. And Hungry Ball waiting as well. Wanted to push his opponent in, saying, come on, don't be scared of me. I'm coming straight in for you. There's Poseidon now. I'm intrigued to see how Poseidon gets on a fairly new robot in Will's collection over the last couple of years, if my memory serves me well. And we've now got what seems to be next up is the Firefin. Looking forward to seeing what happens with the Firefin. Of course, a robot that has got challenges, but it would seem as though it might improve, hopefully, from the off-season. And we're now waiting for our last robot. We are about to get our first fight underway in just a moment. Who are you going for, folks? Let us know. Are you going for Team Inferno, Team Quake, Team Divinity, or Team Wolfpack? We're going to have like a total of at least 10, no, not 10, but 20 battles this afternoon live on YouTube. And you get to see it for free, folks. So if you can, do subscribe, give us a like. And actually, we've got our first guest for this stream. And it is, of course, our captain of Team Divinity. And that is Craig. How are you?
Oh, I'm loving it. Yeah, it's so nice to be back, isn't it?
It feels like forever, doesn't it? But all of a sudden it feels like Christmas again.
Yeah. I mean, it's just lovely to see everyone and be back doing the shows. And we've got this new thing. These drinks, I have to say, I've had two already, and they're actually quite nice.
Which one's been your favourite?
I had one that had something like green tea in it, and that actually worked. I wasn't sure, but it was good.
Well, let's go straight into this fight, Craig.
This one.
So, I mean, of course, your team are in this as well. So, what's it like watching as a spectator?
To be honest with you, I find it quite relaxing, really.
It's like a football pundit, isn't it? Instead of playing, they'll sitting and talking about it.
Yeah, Leviathan.
Oh! That was a great start by Poseidon. I don't think it's going to get back up.
Oh, that's a shame.
And that's the Firefins in your team, Craig. You're going to have to give them a slap on the bum after that.
No, I think they're a bit disappointed about the fact that it didn't sell right. They've had a lot of trouble because they've got a very small chassis, and there isn't enough room for everything, and things get damaged.
I was going to say, you could... I mean, I guess that's the scary part of the start of the season, Craig. No one really knows how their robots are operating until they go into that arena.
Exactly. Plus the fact, I mean, the worst thing you can do for reliability is improve your robot. Because as soon as you do that, sure enough, something's going to break.
Absolutely. So we've still got 3 left here. Hungry Boar is upside down, but as you can see, it's back on its wheels now, and it can, of course, carry on with it regardless. But remember, the flips do count towards the points decision from our judges of Pete, Dave, and Graham today.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Inferno's likely to get it, but you never know. Quake's had a great team, and Will's done a lot of work on that robot. He's actually...
New logo as well.
Yeah, he's changed the flipper around. You can sort of see it's got some... everyone's doing forks at the moment, you know.
The famous fork gate.
Yeah, I mean, it's you just can't keep away from the cutlery, you know what I mean?
Well, you can't get away from the kitchen, that's for sure. Well, there's the arena. Oh, careful, Hungry Boar. That's the arena flipper right there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here we go then. Hungry Boar, I'm to watch its back. We're not seeing much from Ignition yet, from what I've seen here. We've still got a minute left. And that's the fire pit, as we like to call it. And I actually think it's really hard to get a robot in there, Craig. It relies on a lot of accuracy.
It does, yeah, but I think that's actually a good thing, because we used to have arenas where if you hadn't got a powerful flipper, you just never won because you were in the arena for 20 seconds. So actually making it so that the pit's harder does make it so that then it's a decent win if you get flipped into it.
Absolutely. So, there's Ignition having to look over its shoulder there. I'll tell you what, this is a tight one. We've got 10 seconds to go. Let us know at home who you think is going to win this. We've got Max Rose saying 3, 2, 1, activate. And, whoa! All of a sudden, Ignition's got to be careful. Oh, what a late one from Poseidon.
Yeah, I think Poseidon's got that myself.
I'll tell you what, that would be some start, Craig, as you said, with Will making all these adjustments for the new robot. Well, not new robot, but it feels like a new robot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, one of the things that Quake are going over to is that they're going over to not painting their robots, and so all their robots are the same sort of metal colour. You know, it's a bit like BMW. Every colour's a sort of a boring metallic, isn't it? You know what I mean? You know, I remember when cars actually were green, yellow, orange, and purple, and all other colours, but not today.
Well, let's find out who the winner is. Will it be Team Quake with Poseidon, or have the judges thought of someone else? It is Team Quake, so that means they have got the first points on the board with 3 points. And if we can check out the leaderboard now, if we're able to switch that over. I mean, it's not hard, difficult maths, I don't think. Look at that, Inferno with 0, Divinity and Wolfpack with 0. Not trying to rub it in or anything. Team Quake with 3.
No, that's fine. I mean, I always think that winning and losing are both imposters. So that's how I can sleep at night.
That's an interesting quote. I'll have to remember that one.
Yeah, I think it's from Kipling.
Kipling? Oh, Mr. Kipling? Or?
No, the poet and thinker.
I was going to say, I was thinking of the cakes then. Yeah. Other cakes are available. Anyway, we're going to go straight to Ellie backstage.
All right, well, we are here backstage, Will, and what a first fight we had. What a way to kick off the season and get them points on the leaderboard.
Yeah, it's great to be back. We took last year off from this one, so it's nice to come back to this event. Great venue, and for the robot to work so well. We've made loads of changes to Poseidon for this event, brand new front end, and it works really well. So nice to pick up an early win. Let's hope we can keep it going for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. Clearly you must be buzzing after that one. What more can we expect from Team Quake?
Hopefully more of the same. We've got Tectonic in for the next fight, which is one of ours. Really nice low flipper. So, yeah, let's see if we can carry on this winning streak so far.
Now, Team Quake do have quite the winning celebration, don't they? Do you want to cue us and get that audience involved?
Absolutely. So every time we win and every time you hear our Team Quake theme, we want you guys out front to stamp your feet as hard as you can and make this arena shake. Can we do that? Let's give it a go now.
Team Quake, you better make that ground shake. Give it up for the fantastic Will, and here is your winner's token. Back to you, Chris.
Fantastic stuff there, and obviously this is being live.
So that was our first fight there, and of course lots going on. Not a great start though for Team Divinity. Even Craig, our captain, was there witnessing that, and the Firefan just couldn't quite get going there. And of course, it's a great robot, but it does have its problems. So hopefully they will fix that and improve it for its next fight, which is looking, it could be in a tag team battle in the second half of the show. I was going to try and get a poll out, but I've not been able to straight yet. But we've got Robot Combat Nerd saying strong start from Will there. Yeah, he'll be chuffed with that, especially with the work that we have seen on the new robot of Poseidon. Anyway, we just a reminder, folks, do try these when you get the chance. There's so many different flavours from Holy. You know, they're keeping me hydrated throughout the show today, so many thanks to them. I love the bottle. Reminds me of the checkered flag. Like, if you love your racing and F1 and stuff. And the colour choice is actually not too bad either. I am a bit of a purple man. Purple Panther, if that really is a thing. But, of course, if you do join the soft drink revolution, you can, of course, get a 10% discount code at uk.holy.com. That is 10% off if you use Extreme Robots, all one word. Might have to try capitals, but if not, you should be able to do lowercase as well. So remember, 10% off there. There's all sorts of flavours here. We've even got lemon honey, black tea. I mean, even Craig was talking about trying green tea before. I've not tried that one yet, but there's all sorts here. There's banana as well. We got lemon. We got pear. Oh, you can't go wrong. Caramel as well. I can't wait to try some of them later on. I've actually gone with the citrus cobra, which has been, well, it's basically a lot of energy in that one, and it certainly perks you up for the day. What have we currently got? We've actually got a member of the crowd watching from the audience. I'm trying to see if they could wave. Can you wave from here? I dare you to wave. That is Ollie saying, currently in the crowd, hello from Doncaster. Are you waving, Ollie? Are you waving? I can't. You might be on the far side where I can't see you, sadly. My view is a bit restricted. But I do love the fact that we've got people even watching from the crowd as well. If we can actually look at the bullpen, though, coming up next for our fights, we've got only 2 teams in this one. So Team Inferno and Team Quake, and there they are there lining up, all looking like captured cods. And hopefully they'll move a bit and get into the arena. There's Eruption. Tectonic's coming in first as the arena lights up again for the second fight of the show. Tectonic is another one of Will's, and it's fair to say that he'll be loving it if he can get 2 wins out of 2 to start off the season off to a flyer and go 6 points ahead of everyone else, which is exactly the gap you want. A nice healthy gap going into it. There's Eruption, and you can see the evil red eyes sticking out of its robot there. Here it comes in now. Eruption, arguably the best robot maybe on the series of Extreme Robots when we bring in form. That has been great robot to watch. Hasn't got any forks, I don't think. That's the one robot, one flipper that has not taken on fork gate. Not for today at least. Maybe later on in the year, maybe even tomorrow. And Team Quake now coming in with, now this is some robot. This is Jasper. Now, I had a golden macaw parrot back in the day in my family called Jasper, so I'd like to think it's named after my old pet parrot, Jasper, which was a parrot that actually laid eggs. And then we found out too late by then that it was a girl, but we stuck with Jasper. This was like 18 years later. So there is Jasper, and it is a big robot. Jasper was quite a big parrot. So Jasper is now coming in. Who else have we got? So we've also got another new robot coming in for Team Inferno to be in the corner with Eruption. And let's find out. Hopefully it can come in. I'm overhearing from Chris that it's got some problems. Please come in. We don't want to see a new robot have a bad start. Need its confidence booster early on. And here it comes in now. There's Viper. Another flipper to the series. Let us know what you think. It's some robot, isn't it? I'm really excited about this one, guys. We got 2 new robots. That's what we love about a new season. New faces to see what we've got coming up and who could be our future challengers in the team championships. And let's not forget the end of season Extreme Robots TV championships. So, our second battle about to begin. So remember, this is a tag team. This is 2 against 2. Inferno versus Quake. So Divinity and Wolfpack will not be going for 3 points here. They'll be in the next fight afterwards. So, here we go then. Let's count it down. And here we go. So, 3 minutes. They have, just like they did in the previous fight. Here's Jasper now going behind Eruption. Oh, let's fly. That was superb work from Eruption. Now Viper, remember, debutant, can it do something here? Jasper, the other debutant, is struggling already. Eruption might try and get it out of the arena so early on. We've only reached 30 seconds, Eruption. You are evil. How can you do that to a new robot? Really showing how difficult life can be in that arena. Oh, and look at that. Nose to nose between Tectonic and Eruption. Oof. Tectonic there in full metal. Eruption in the colours of black, red, yellow. And, wow, it's so easy to get confused with these robots as well. So if you're new to it, I'm trying my best to describe who they are. Now here we go. The debutants up against each other. Instead of going up against the experience, they're going against themselves. Here's Jasper now pushing Viper down into the front of the arena. Oh no! Oh, Eruption's in trouble. Oh! Nearly hit the ceiling there. I could feel the shakiness over here halfway through, and this has been some battle. A great opening tag team battle of 2026. Remember, let us know back at home, who are you rooting for? Are you rooting for the new boys or the old guns? Viper's doing terrifically well there. I'm not quite sure who. It might be Ollie Finley who's the Roboteer. And that is, of course, John Finley's son, who's he's got right into the wall next to me. There goes Eruption. Jasper has been absolutely brilliant to watch. Great work Less than a minute to go. Our judges have a lot to consider here. Oh no, is Jasper struggling? No, it's back on its feet. And it's sprung back into action. Oh! Eruption trying to fight back now, trying to get some points back from the judges. And to help its team, Inferno, get its first 3 points of the day. Oh, Viper careful. Oh, look at this from Eruption, a late comeback, you could say. There we go, there 10 seconds remaining. Last ditch efforts now for our 4 robots. And even our cameraman is struggling which way to go because there's so much going on. And that's the end. That was a terrific fight. Absolutely amazing to watch. I really do not know who won that one. You think I'm scripting it? I'm certainly not. Who won that? Let us know in the comments on the live chat page. We've had Dave already, our judge, go up to our production team to let us know who the winner is. I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. I think Team Inferno could be in trouble here. I thought Jasper did really well, but Tectonic had some moments against Viper where Viper looked like it came out on top. So always good to see new robots. Really spices things up on the circuit. We're going to find out who our winner is from the tag team. Oh, they sneaked it. They got their win. Team Inferno with 3 points on the board, which if we can look at the leaderboard now, you will see they are level with Team Quake. Team Divinity and Wolfpack are nil points, just like the UK at Eurovision. Never really get off the line, but hopefully these two teams do before the end of the show here today. So what a win for Team Inferno. But let's go straight backstage to Ellie.
So you must be absolutely buzzing with that dream team. You had that team championship win last year, Michael, and a great start there in that tag team. You must be overjoyed.
Yeah, that's a bit more like it. You know, I think Viper has taken a couple of tricks from Eruption. It's like Beast has been merged with it in some way, so kind of having a bit of a mirror match in there is really good. They worked flawlessly together. Me and Ollie have been training for a few years to get that driving style down. And now that we've got 2 very similar robots, I think that's going to be a difficult team to beat.
Yeah, a flawless drive. I love it, Michael. But Ollie, a brand new robot. How's this year been making it so far?
It's been challenging coming up with a new design because you obviously got Michael with Eruption, my dad with Ripper, Will with Manta. They all have their own unique designs. And I wanted my own unique design. And I think I've got that now. The robot's looking great. It's working amazing. We'll just have to see how the rest of the year goes.
Well, long may this success continue for the both of you. Give it up. Here's our winner's token for Team Inferno. Back to you, Chris.
Right, so, wow, what a win there. Ollie and Michael, a great duo, and they're continuing to work together for this year. I do wonder, though, you know, could Ollie go out on his own at some point in terms of, could he switch teams? Lots to find out. Let's look at the bullpen now of what's coming up next. Steve Rimmer saying, great fight, and it's great to see new robots. Oh, Steve, it's like a new football shirt for the season. It gets you so excited to see something new. And here's Raphael, another new robot from last year, from Craig's collection. We had Craig on the stream earlier. Remember, you can watch back these fights, folks. You know, if you don't want to stay live with me, that's all cool, but you can watch the fights again. That's what's great about live streaming on YouTube. You can re-watch these fights as many times as you like, and then come back to me live whenever you like as well. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Extreme Robots TV. Give us a like as well. We'd really appreciate it. Send us a message if you can. Let's look backstage again there. There's Raphael. There's Craig with his white cap. And I think we are going to see Raphael represent Team Divinity. And I think the Firefin is hoping to be in this one as well. Actually, it looks as though it is going to be Mega Mouse instead. So they've swapped it there when looking at the backstage there of Mega Mouse. Mega Mouse is a veteran on Extreme Robots and for Robot Wars, which of course was on the telly many years ago. And Mega Mouse is such a consistent robot, at just lasting so long. It may not always win, but my word, it's a reliable robot. As you can see there's Craig taking off that little bar from Raphael, which basically means that the flipper can now become active. You've got to be careful though as a roboteer when you take that off, because if you press the button by accident, like Craig there, you don't want to lean on that button and then boom, you get hit by your own robot. I can't imagine the pain. Luckily that's never happened backstage. We have got Ripper coming in, and that is Ripper 6. Many Rippers to be aware of course. If we can have a look inside the arena, maybe Raphael just about to come in as well. And as you can see, Ripper's just about to get going. Now, Ripper 6 is one of the veterans as well from John Finley's collection. And I do wonder for John, he builds all these new robots, right? It must be so difficult to maintain all of them. He does very well. Raphael now coming in representing Team Divinity. So remember, it'll be Mega Mouse along with Raphael. And then for Team Wolfpack, it'll be Ripper 6 and TR4. There's TR4 if we can look backstage. TR4 is from Newcastle, father and son of Alex and Clive Brown. Clive does look like Santa Claus, doesn't he? I'm sure he doesn't mind me saying that. He is a Chelsea fan. You know, he doesn't have the best taste when it comes to football. TR4 has had its interesting battles. It is a bit of a demon to itself, but it is a terrific robot when it gets going. And it's about to come in now. The doors are shutting. No way out for these robots. They've got to stay in there for 3 minutes. It's like being in a cage fight in wrestling, whether you like it or not. You're not coming out there till you fight. So, here we go then, folks. We got our third fight. This is our second tag team battle, which involves Wolfpack and Divinity. So, no matter what, one of these teams will get their first 3 points here of this afternoon. Who will it be? Let us know. Are you going for Wolfpack or Divinity? Let us know in the comments. And we're about to get going here at the arena. Let's go. Okay then. So, tag team it is. Oh, Raphael upside down, which as you can see for the adjustments done there. Oh, it's gone already. Oh, TR4, what a move. TR4 with a fantastic start to the season. Oh, Alex and Clive will be chuffed about that. But meanwhile, you can see Ripper to the right there. The fork is stuck under the floor, which is hilarious because this is John Finley's arena. His own robot stuck in his own arena. Oh, but he's been able to save it. Remember, if the robot doesn't move for more than 10 seconds, it can get counted out by the judges. But I think that was under 10 seconds there. Oh, Mega Mouse, watch it back. TR4 is on a roll here. That was such a good flip. If only we had replays, that would have been amazing to rewatch back. Here comes TR4 now. Might get another one out the arena. Mega Mouse, you're in trouble. Ooh, the arena flipper just missed its punch on the Geordie. What a time for Wolfpack. Alex means business here. Ripper again, just helping out there. Nearly costed their team a chance by being stuck under the floor. What does Mega Mouse do from here, though? It's literally hanging like a captured cod. And it's stuck there in the corner. I don't think there's any CO2 left for that robot. You can see Alex backstage there. He's loving it. You can see the grin. Now going up against Ripper. They're fighting each other now. You don't want to... They're showing off, aren't they? Well, here comes the 10-second countdown. With the fight having to cut short with Mega Mouse and Raphael going out here. But great to see TR4 and Ripper fighting each other there. A bit of a friendly fight going on there. But of course, I think we all know who won that one. But that was fantastic work by TR4. Of course, we say we've got replays. You can rewatch it back on the live stream. So Ripper watching, spectating there of TR4 getting rid of Raphael out the arena so early on. Craig will be gutted. Poor Craig. I do feel for him. He's not had a good start there. So I'm just going to see now who the winner is. I think we all know it. There is your confirmation. Wolfpack, and then let's check out the leaderboard if we can. So, Wolfpack now joins the winning teams and co-leader with Inferno and Quake. 3 points each. Team Divinity on Neil Poir, though. So, a lot of pressure on Craig and his team to get that first win. They want to get one sooner rather than later. Even if it isn't to be their show, they would love to get themselves another 3 points if they can. Let us know on the live chat page. What was your favourite part there? It's got to be TR4. TR4 was terrific there. And like I say, TR4 is one of them. It has its demons, but when it gets going, it is by far one of the most entertaining robots to witness inside the arena. So we do have next up a spinners fight. I can't wait. It's our first one of 2026. We might be having some technical issues with the camera there, folks, but let's go straight to Ellie.
And then points on that leaderboard for Team Wolfpack. Now, John, you were our TV Championship heavyweight winner last year, but this year it's all about the teams, isn't it?
Yeah, we're back onto teams, so I've got my fantastic teammate Alex, who works his socks off. It's great to see that he's got a winner on the belt, because that'll give him some confidence that it's going to be Team Wolfpack all the way.
Oh, yes, because, Alex, it was quite the difficult year last year, wasn't it, for you at TR4? Tell him a bit more about that.
Oh, we just had problem after problem, and everything sort of mitigated through all the way through. Yeah, I mean, I said I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't have flipping someone out the arena on that bucket list, so, yeah, we'll take it a fight at a time.
You know what? You're looking more positive this year already, Alex, which the XR Army love to see. But I've got to give it to you both, John. We've got that special Wolfpack celebration, haven't you? Cue the audience up. What have they got to do?
Yeah, so after 3, we're going to do it. 1, 2, 3. Ow!
I mean, that was good, but we're going to give it another try. Give it up for Team Wolfpack in 3, 2, 1. Give me the howl! Love it. And here is your winner's token. Back to you, Chris.
Congratulations.
This isn't a team fight, by the way.
Crew are just checking what might the problem be, but both robots, I think the mic levels are back up now, folks. Hopefully you can hear us better now. Let us know if you can hear us on the live chat page. There we go, the robots coming in and out. We've got a special guest. We've got the big man in. Danny Mallon is here with us. That's going to be. Oh no! Are you alright? There we go.
Just about squeaking.
Danny, good to see you, mate, on the first stream of the year. How are you? A new season, a new year, new sponsors. It's been a great time.
Yeah, well, I've got to be honest. It's a good job I've lost a bit of timber because I've just squeaked. If this had been last year, I wouldn't have got in here. And I tipped tail up, they'd have thought it was wrestling. But yeah, mate. How good has it been so far?
It has been. I mean, also the tag team battles, the TR4 with that flip as well over Raphael. And of course, you've been catching their reactions backstage. How's it been already?
Mate, so I've spoke to John, I've spoke to Michael, and they are both adamant that they're just going to smash it this year. Wow. They're not bothered about, they've got a lot of love for each other around there. All the Roboteers, it's a massive family, and they all support each other if something's gone wrong, if they need a part. This is what John was saying, and they just love it. But what John said was, when it's 3, 2, 1, activate, that is it. It's game over. They're in there and they're just smashing each other to bits, and that's what I've got from them. They are really up for it, and I've got my new top on.
It's a great top, isn't it?
Danny V Robot. Yeah. The guys have got new tops on. It's looking fresh, like you said. These guys, get in there, holy. We've been.
Which one is your favourite though? Because there's so many.
Mate, there's loads. So I tend to go. That's one of my favourites, the lemon one. So that tastes like sherbet lemons.
I love sherbet lemon. Yeah. I need to try. I've not tried that one yet.
That's good. I like on the energy. I like the raspberry raptor, the milkshake, the caramel one. That's deadly because if I've got a lot of milk in the fridge, right, I'm ripping open every sachet because when you shake them, it froths.
Yes.
Right, with a milkshake.
Which I tried before, which was actually with the Cobra one, which is incredible energy.
And then with the iced tea, there's a raspberry and vanilla one. Yeah. There's none of those here.
No.
Have you noticed?
We need to get some.
That I like because I've already nicked them.
Nick them all.
And then we've obviously CO2, you were back.
Yep.
So at some point we're going to get a bit fizzy with these as well. We did have some hungry boars, but I were peckish, so I've ate them.
You know what? It's when you say the fizz bit. Reminds me of. Did you ever try the Mentos in a bottle of Coke and it just went everywhere?
Yeah. Well, I think right, we stitch Chris up and we sneak some into the bottle when he's about to do his live. What do you reckon, guys? Get it on chat.
That'd be a great prank.
And it flies all over. But let me just tell you what's going on, right? So I did a video with Ellie earlier on, and what I said to her is my mission this season is to see how many times I can scare her, right? And I've just got her once. And we snuck up with camera. I walked past her, did a U-turn, snuck up behind her, bang. But
it's like our own version of Jackass, isn't it?
I am telling you now. I'm running around in my Krusty the Clown Crocs, scaring poor Ellie. She's round there now. She's got heart palpitations. But what's going on now?
What's going on? Well, we've got our first robot in for this next fight, which is Ripper 8, and of course this is for the bout as well. So this is a big moment in it's our last fight before the interval. So we've got Ripper 8 versus, as you can see in the bullpen, if we can switch right there, Michael, we have Implosion that's just about to come in, which of course Implosion's the axe robot from Michael's collection, who is quite used to seeing now over the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
But Michael, of course, he's had a bit of a tough start as well.
Yeah, so I've just spoke to him backstage, so if you go onto YouTube, when the first episode's out of Danny V Robots, you'll see it on there, and we actually spoke a little bit about what he did in the off-season. But I have got to say, he is confident. Yeah. He is confident.
He's got revenge, hasn't he, on his hands.
And although he didn't win that first fight, what he said to me is he hasn't cosmetically upgraded the robots. They've turned up the same way that they left.
Well, let's introduce Major Damage, our house robot here. Have you stood next to that thing?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I put a burger under that hammer and said, can you smash it into a smash burger? And when he'd finished, there were burger all over the arena, so that didn't go down well.
Well, imagine doing it with jam donut and then jam just goes everywhere.
Oh, mate. Do you know what? Some of these robots can cause some damage, can't they? And you look at Major Damage, and he does look like he's going to cause major damage. But some of these little ones have been flying about. The speed. So, Hungry Boar, is that me or has it got faster?
It's got faster, and they actually said they've improved the speed. The problem is it's a lot more out of control. So that's the main problem the Roboteers have.
I mean, at some point, I think I'm going to have to control this robot. So,
we need to see it. It needs to happen.
Help, because I can't control myself. Never mind the robot. But we're off. Look, we're here.
Let's go straight into it, Danny. Join me in the commentary and
yes.
See what happens. Remember, the bout is on the line, so this is a big moment for both robots.
Oh, straight away, mate. What's he doing here?
He's Did you see all the pieces come out as well?
Sparks are flying, bits are flying.
I'll tell you what, Ripper though has been one of them so underrated.
Yeah.
I would say, with the forks being added on there.
I'll tell you something, I think as well with Michael saying that he's not cosmetically sorted out the robots, it does make it look mean, but Ripper's looking mean as well. He's got a fresh bit of coat of paint there. Look at this.
It seems as though the forks are on its side. Use the forks, not the forks, baby.
This is my mum and dad told me to use my cutlery. Ripper's definitely using his fork here.
I wonder if he got them from IKEA. I mean, they've done very well with it.
Well, they might have snapped by now if he had, but they're doing all right. But I mean, that axe is coming down with some force.
Is it fair to say that Ripper has had a bottle of Holy? Because the energy is right there.
Mate, I tell you something, it looks like he's had a bit of the old, what is it? This one, the Cobra, Citrus Cobra, that's why he's that colour.
I mean, again, look at Implosion, can't get its line right.
Oh, for a minute then I thought Implosion was struggling with the axe, but just let it out. I mean, to be honest with you, the axe looks menacing, but Ripper with that flipper seems to be causing a bit of a problem when he gets underneath.
And of course, as you said before, John and Michael, they love fighting each other. There is a rivalry there, and it really is bragging rights in a fight like this.
Yes. Whoever comes out of this as the winner, they're going to have the biggest smile on their face.
And I'll have the best belt in the arena, that's for sure.
Well, I don't know, mate. I've got a new one off at old Amazon, and it just flips to the side.
Mine's from Primark. It's still going, I think.
Oh, I tell you. No, they don't fit me from there. I'm still too big.
Less than a minute to go. Remember, put in messages in the chat if you got any questions for Danny here before the interval. And of course, we've got less than a minute to go. An implosion. Oh, just got the nose there of Ripper, which will help in the judges. Major Dower. Oh, careful. Don't want it smashed like that burger that you mentioned.
Mate, I'm telling you, if Major Damage had got hold of him, then it would have been. But you can see, I think in Ripper there's a bit of damage there with that axe coming down.
So the left wheel of Ripper might not be intact.
No, I think.
Going in one direction.
Oh, look at this now. I think. At first I thought Ripper had got a good strategy, but I think.
There we go, 10 seconds. And it just shows as well, Danny, 3 minutes is so long. You can have a good stop, you can have a bad ending.
3 minutes is a long time, mate, isn't it?
It is. It looks just like boxing. It's like going against a heavyweight for 3 minutes. Good luck, it's a long time. What a fight, though. And
that was a good fight, but Ripper don't seem to be moving now. Not
dancing. Just celebrating there. Yeah. What does that mean? What could that mean? That's well. Who have you going for, Danny? Who do you think won that one?
You know what? I think at first I was going to go with Ripper, but I think he lost it towards the end. That's what I think. But we're going to see in a minute. The judges sometimes have such tough decisions because with me doing backstage, with the roboteers, they do get a little bit.
Well, CO2U will present the result in just a moment for us. We've just seen Dave go to the judges, so that was a very quick decision. It's amazing how quickly they decide these results, but of course the show must go on. Let us know on the live chat page before we find out who won that one. I love that Max Rowe said spin to win or spin to pause. Yeah, well, that spinner's fight sadly wasn't what we hoped for, but hopefully we're going to get the result in just a moment.
Some of these comments. Yeah, I'm that guy.
Oh, hey, we got. Someone saying who's the handsome chap in the yellow? I'm in there. I'm not going on there too. Oh, anyway, let's come on. We need the result. We want to know. I think I'm going to say that Implosion has just won it.
Yeah,
just won it at the end.
I think but you never know.
You never know. What do I know? These judges.
Well, we're chatting and looking, and the judges they're scoring it points. You know what I mean?
Here we go.
Oh, nervous back there now.
Oh no! Oh, wow. I was not expecting that.
See what I mean? It's that's just tipped it on its head. That is just tipped because I bet you 20 quid Michael's round there now splitting feathers saying it's a fix. He'll be like, oh no, that's it, we're done. John will be buzzing, and this is it. It means so much to these guys. They're passionate about it. It's nuts.
That's incredible. So well done to Johnny. He gets the belt. He can wear it at least for one more show, and fair play to him.
Cobra, mate.
Which one do you have to celebrate? I do like banana, I must admit. I'm a big fan of banana.
Like a cobra, he come at the end and stuck the sting in, didn't he? Got that venom in, and did him. Oh my God!
Absolutely terrific. Well, that's the halfway point of the show. So we're about to reach the interval. But Danny, absolute pleasure, my friend.
I am going to try.
You need a quick break.
If I can't get out, they'll provide me with some butter. We'll butter me up and get me gone. Have a good one.
Which kind of butter? Are we thinking clover?
Set out here. What's this?
Oh, well done. Thank you very much, Danny, for coming on. Absolute pleasure to have him on. Danny Mallon, he's been fantastic ambassador for us at Extreme Robots. And, of course, be sure to check out Danny vs. Robots coming up on YouTube for behind-the-scenes footage that you don't see on the live shows. And I would fully recommend it. All sorts of things happen in that. As you can see, that's the setup of the whole show. We're done for half-time here. And I think we may shortly, for our half-time, go and check out a video with John Finley, who of course will be is our main man, and we're going to go backstage not backstage, sorry, we're going to check out a workshop visit that we had with him very recently. And John he's an incredible person. He's built so many robots over the last 20-30 years. I remember when his mum told me that he literally, when he was a kid, saw their television and literally took it apart. It was working, but he was intrigued to see how it worked. And that's Roboteers for you. They love to see how things are made. So anyway, let's go and see John Finley at the workshop visit that we did very recently, and we'll be back very shortly for the second half of our live stream.
Of the Wolfpack, and I have a fleet of robots including Hungry Boar, Axel, Ripper 8 and many, many more. Dad's fault. One Saturday morning, he rang me up and said, have you seen this TV show, Robot Wars? Turned the TV on, saw Hypnodisc absolutely destroying another robot. I thought, that's pretty cool, want to have a go. And he was like, you could do that. So I decided to build a robot, just have a go. First robot lasted about 15 seconds, wasn't very good. But then I got the bug. I was building a robot out in the driveway, and obviously Robot Wars was in its prime. We had kids watching what was going on. And this kid comes up to me and says, oh, someone else is building a robot around the corner. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And it turns out that someone else was building a robot for series, that would have been series 4, around the corner. So I went round with this kid, not expecting to see anyone, and there below was someone building a robot, Paul Gibbs with Eco Warrior. So we both went off to filming, didn't get on the show. And then when we came back, we went round the car park and we had a big battle and destroyed each other's robots, which was, yeah, it was good fun. And then we entered a robot together, T-Bone, into Series 5. And that's where then I really got the bug big time. So I actually got on the TV show. We did the live qualifiers and destroyed some robots. Series 6 didn't get on the show. And then Series 7, we entered Ripper, where then we became a bit more of a known entity. So we got through to the heat final. We flipped the house robots over, so flipped Shunt over, flipped Refwatt over, and then eventually got put in the pit. We did the featherweights, got through to the grand final, and we also did the Annihilator. We got through to the grand final as well. And then unfortunately Robot Wars finished, and that was that. And I came up with this great idea. I was at university, wanted to become a car designer, thought robots is pretty cool. I want to start my own business, an events company. And that's when robots took over my life. But we owe quite a lot of Extreme Robots, Roman Robots, and everything really to the Stinger team. Because when we started and we announced, this is before, social media, so we built a website and there was the Robot Wars forum, and we announced that we were going to build an arena, we were going to start a business. And there's a lot of people, it's like, it's never going to happen. And we met up with Kevin Scott from the Stinger team, who took faith in us, and for his kit, he did the kit car show in Newark, and that's when we debuted the first arena for robots. We did 24 hours building the arena, which was just about finished as we opened the show. And we had Tornado, Chaos 2, all the Dan Tomke, all the famous ones came to the show, because obviously it was being run by Kevin Scott, the Stinger team. And all of a sudden, this realisation that we've actually done it, we've built an arena, and we've got Chaos 2 in an arena, flipping tyres and stuff like that. And then didn't go back, didn't work as a car designer, finished my degree, and then I've been doing robots ever since. Back in the day, there wasn't really any mobile arenas. I think there was one live event that people went to, the Devon Robot Rumble, that had an arena with polycarb that they could run spinners. But apart from that, people were just basically playing with their robots in car parks. And there are some horror stories of robots going out of control. I think Stinger went out of control once and rattled down a car park and hit a car or whatever. There's all sorts of things that was going on. And of course, then when you mix alcohol and robots, you could end up with a very deadly combination. So I came up with this idea of building an arena, and the reason actually why it became a thing was because my girlfriend at the time, she was working as a nursery nurse, and one of the dads from the children, he worked at a company that destroyed machines. So they had all this polycarb, and so there was an opportunity to get a load of second-hand polycarb, and obviously polycarb is the most expensive thing. So he was going to supply the polycarb. We had contact with Rolls-Royce. They were getting rid of a load of plywood. So apart from the steel, building the first arena was the thing. Obviously, we needed to do it properly. We needed to make sure it was going to be safe. We weren't ever planning on running spinners. So it was a case of 6mm polycarb, 3 layers of plywood. Anyway, the polycarb fell through, so we ended up spending a fortune on polycarb anyway because we committed to doing it. And then obviously we had the first arena. So the first arena was a hexagon. Then we went on to the second arena, which was bigger, more modular, more stronger, because obviously when you think about 2002 to the robots of today, the evolution, the speed, the power, if I think back now to how the first arena was made, there was no way it was ever going to cope with today's robots. The step up with the current Extreme Robots arena was, in the UK, it was a flipper fest. There wasn't, there was a few axes, it's all flippers, there was no spinners. So I came up with this crazy idea that I think that we could build a mobile arena. Bearing in mind, when we do our events, we only have 10 hours to set it up. So it's not like a TV studio where you've got a week to build it. You've got to build it and it's got to be taken down within a certain amount of time. Came up with this idea of building an arena with a steel floor, double polycarbs to take the spinners to try and make the sport evolve, because otherwise it was just flipper after flipper after flipper. And also to try and get the likes of Monsoon back. Those robots, the exciting ones, we want destruction. But then obviously you've got to balance. It's a live show. We're not getting paid to do it. Are people going to build their robots? Are people going to be willing to take the damage? And I think luckily for us, there's a mix. So there's the people that do it day in, day out with the flippers, the axes, which take a little bit of damage. And then we've got our core roboteers like Craig Collis, for example, with Zagkiel, who's really upped the game of spinners. He's willing to have his robot in there and get destroyed and rebuild it. I've had 4 spinner robots destroyed by Zagkiel. But, people do it for different reasons. So some people have a robot, they've had it for years, they'll go and take part. They might not even win, it doesn't matter, it's a hobby for them. And then you've got competitive people like myself who want to compete, want to spend the time in between the shows, making the robots better. And that's what I enjoy. In some respects, I actually enjoy building the robots than I do actually taking part. I enjoy the challenge. There's been 8 versions of Ripper now. The first version was for Series 5. So we entered T-Bone with my friend, and I also entered Ripper, which didn't go on the show. It had 2 spinning discs. So although historically they've had flippers, the name Ripper actually comes because it had 2 spinning discs on it, and it was R.I.P, as in rust in pieces. That was the play on the words. So that was the first one for Series 4. And then there's been many different iterations throughout the years, each one striving to be better. And obviously you've had dominant robots in the past throughout the evolution. So it was the Iron Ores were the team to build. We always joked that they never ran out of CO2. They had some kind of secret CO2 generator in there when they were winning championships. They're 2 times UK champion. So it was always striving to improve reliability. But I would say in the early versions of Ripper were always done on a shoestring budget. So I was always using second-hand parts, cobbling things together, and making the best of it. Always just tweaking it. And then we got to the one that won, I think it was called Ripper Evo, I think it was. Keep changing the names, that won the UK champs in 2011. That was a really good robot, but again, it was getting to the end of its life. Parts were wearing out, and so I decided to build another one. Just wanted to get the shape wasn't quite right. So obviously it's great when you're on full power and you can flip the robots, you can self-right. But what happens is as the gas decreases and then you're relying on the shape of the robot to turn yourself back over, the shape wasn't quite right. And then we did Ripper 6, which its debut went to China and the link fell out, which was really embarrassing. But to get it to China, I had to chop bits out of it, which then weakened the chassis. And that went on to fight spinners and got bent and twisted. And then we've got Ripper 8, which I think is definitely the best one that I've built. So subtle design changes. So the shape's now a lot more efficient. So the back end, so when it rolls over, it doesn't need a lot of gas to self-right. The beauty is that I don't really need to worry about running out of gas. So I can flip, and not worry about it. It hasn't once run out of gas yet, which is good. And then we've got the new evolution, which are the forks on the front, which I think is going to be the new trend setter. That's going to be an interesting evolution. And there's lots of things you can do with the front end. With a flipper, it's the ground game. So Eruption is the robot, nobody can get underneath the front. When I was winning, 2011, I had the best front end. I had flappy paddles, could get underneath everyone. Then obviously then Eruption came along, and there's been various different robots, Manta, for example, where you struggle to get underneath. So it's all about the front end game with the flippers. But this one's just got all the different tweaks that I needed to do, and it's still underweight. So I've still got lots more weight if I want to, iterations. So yeah, really excited. There was a robot called Gripper, which was a spectacular fail hydraulic crusher that kept falling over, and it was a great idea, but it wasn't a great idea. So out of all the robots in the shows, we don't have any crushers. So I quite fancy having a bit of a play. I've got the hydraulic system out of Can Opener, which obviously is really powerful. So I've got the hydraulics ready to go. It's just coming up with a design that isn't just your average crusher. So I've got this idea of sort of a two-prong attack where it crushes from underneath as well and then lifts them up at the same time. So yeah, I might have a bit of a play, but what will be good is that instead of building 5 heavyweights, it'd be quite nice to take my time and actually build 1 heavyweight over the winter and just add it to Team Wolfpack and have a bit of fun with it. So yeah, maybe 1 more. Who wouldn't love to put a hydraulic claw all the way through Eruption and just crush all the insides? Is that not what we do? I'd love to see Michael's face. I don't think you'll get him on camera if that happened. I mean, the chances of it ever happening are minimal. But it's a bit like fighting the axe. And when we did the axe off at Newcastle, and then I think it was myself that created damage on other robots, it's like, that's pretty cool, actually. I've only ever been on the receiving end of damage. Michael with Implosion, he's smashed magnets in motors. Craig with Zagcure was written off 4 robots that I've had, and I was like, oh, here we go again, kind of thing. But it's not bumper cars, it's combat robotics. And I think that, the thing is with a crusher is that you can control what you do. So you don't have to go in and crush, the whole robot if you manage to do that. It obviously depends whose robot you're crushing as to how long you leave the button, I suppose. But I think you can do it in a way that will create a bit of damage, because all you're doing is looking for points for the judges to win the fight. You don't have to go in there and destroy robots. And there's nothing to say that what I build would be able to destroy robots, but I love fun trying, and I love a challenge. In the Extreme Robots events, I would say maybe 50% are engineers, the other 50% aren't engineers. So for example, James and Amy with Donald Thumb, they're both doctors. They don't have a workshop. Up until recently, they didn't even have a garage, so their robot lived here, and if they want to build a new robot, they would come to the workshop. The plasma cutter is the main one, really, because all the robots now are made of hardened steel, which is really difficult to cut. It's really difficult to drill holes, whereas with a plasma cutter, you program what you want and you cut it out. It's really, really simple to do. But it doesn't mean you have to have that to build a robot. We don't have anything else other than the plasma cutter, really, that people wouldn't have. It's a pillar drill, it's a welder, hand tools, obviously, grinder. We've got a lathe, but we don't use it that often because we always try and find ways around it. So it's not to say that people can't get started and people can't build robots without this specialist equipment. It's just that if anybody wants to come here and use it, or for example, Craig Collis is the one, he's always sending me files. He emailed me a file, I then cut out the panel, then I post it to him. So his new robot that he's built, I cut all the panels for him. We had a bit of a miscommunication of how many parts he wanted, where he wanted 4 triangles and I cut him 40. So he's got lots of triangles in stock. So he's the one who generally I'll get after every event, like for example we did Newcastle, he needed to put his robot on a diet. Lo and behold, on the Monday afternoon I get a message, Toby's going to do a little sketch, Toby's decided we need this, and he went, 4, only 4 triangles he wanted. And then I post them off to him and then he puts them on. When we did the first year with Kevin and the Stinger team at the Newark Kit Car Show, and then there was actually a lady there who worked for an organisation called Aim Higher, and she spoke to me actually at the event and asked if there was any way of getting her students involved in building robots. Now Aim Higher was a charity organisation which worked with pupil referral units, so it's the kids that have been expelled from school, and they had these centres in Lincolnshire where they didn't do mainstream school. They weren't the kids that did mainstream school. They weren't cut out for academic stuff. What they wanted to do was take an engine apart, and they wanted to learn how to weld and build go-karts and stuff like that. So that's what they were doing, and it really encapsulated their minds. And so I put a project together, and we did it over a school year, where we did it as a project where they had a budget. They had to decide on what size wheels they wanted to build this robot, and I did regular visits throughout the year, and then we did a competition with the finalists at RAF Waddington at one of the air shows, and they had their final competition, which was really great. And obviously then word spread from there. I then became a STEM ambassador, promoting engineering, promoting STEM, science, technology, engineering, maths. And when you think about, you know, kids in school today, and you say, oh, we're going to have a visit from Extreme Robots today, and they're like, what are we going to do? I was like, well, you're going to build a robot within half an hour, you're going to be driving it, you're going to learn how it works, and then we're going to try and smash it to bits. Who wouldn't want to do that in school? Girls, boys, it doesn't matter whether you're 4 years old or you're 44, you know, that's an exciting thing to do. If we can get one person to go away and be inspired that wants to be an engineer from the kids, or wants to go and build a robot, then we've achieved the goal, and that's what we want to do. I think people know that we've got, I would say, a bit of a museum of robots here. You've got one down in your studio at the moment. I think, you know, as people move on, so take the Stinger team, for example. So we've had Stinger now for probably 10 years. It's a classic robot, everybody knows it. It was just sat in their shed. And so I got contacted by Kevin, you know, we're quite good friends, and he was like, oh, would you like to have Stinger, put it on display? So I took it, put it on display, and then one day I thought, oh, I wonder how it works, because it's a really clever work robot. And then I got it working, so that's how, you know, I use it. But I think there probably is still an abundance of robots sitting in people's sheds just rusting around. I think I saw online the other day there's another robot that's been sat there, and we got that destructor bubble robot, thanks to you guys, picked it up and found out a load of stories from the owner, and now we have that as well on display. And I think it's just a way that, you know, people have created the robots. It's a bit of TV history. So they don't want to scrap them, they don't want to get rid of them, but they might not necessarily have the space to keep them. So we're very happy to have them, put them on display for the experiences that we run here. That, you know, it's something to look at. It's a bit of TV history, and people can look at it and go, oh yeah, I've seen that from the show. It's interesting. Old favourite fight is at the O2 UK Champs, fighting Iron 5 in the semi-final. I think it was semi-final. And obviously Iron was my nemesis. I always lost. I came second so many times to Iron, but to actually beat them at the O2 in the UK Champs in the semi-final was a real proud moment. And obviously then I went on to the final and actually became the champion. So that's probably an old fight that sticks out. Recent fights, that's easy. That's Ripper 8 versus Implosion at Newcastle with the forks. And he hit me a few times, but I just dominated and flipped him all over the place, and his face was a picture afterwards. And that took me back to how fights used to be when I was in the heyday, when I was winning, when I could get underneath things. And to be honest, it spurs me on a little bit to have a fight like that, to beat a robot that nobody can beat and win convincingly as well. I think is quite an achievement, and I think a lot of people sort of went, oh, Ripper 8's quite good actually, just thanks, you know, Implosion, and couldn't do anything. The future of the sport is an interesting question. We've got obviously our core teams, and we've got new people building robots as well. I think the spinners is an interesting one that, you know, we've got a lot of robots that are just sat in sheds at the moment, but I think we're healthy. The shows are doing well, the audience sales are good, and obviously we can't do it without the audience, so the support from the audience is massive. And obviously then we're promoting Extreme Robots TV, and that's our baby that we need to be promoting to get it out there, get the platform going, because I think that's where the future is.
we going to put this on?
Yeah.
That's like your live feed.
We're going to throw Jenny, we're going to throw to Danny. You open it up, so still got the break. Danny's going to go out the front seats.
Do you want Ellie and as well?
Sounds good. Get them both out there if you like. Yeah.
Hello, welcome back to our live stream of Doncaster Show 1 of 2026. So, of course, we've had the first few fights. We've now gone through the interval and we've got a few more fights to come. But before we crack on with the second half of the show, we've got a message from our good friends Ellie and Dan, who are at the front of the arena. Let's hear from Ellie and Dan.
Well, hello, XRTV and YouTube. We're loving you all on the stream. Me and Danny are out in the crowd. Danny, how are you enjoying the show so far?
Elliot, I think my legs are gone. I know that we're live here, and I've been running around. I've been on the live, I've been backstage, but it's absolutely crazy. The crowd are loving it, and we've got all the new merch shirts out. I'm looking in the audience, there's a few people bought them, they've got them on. That's it, you know.
Oh, it sure is. Big shout out to Raven Spot as well for kitting us out in these fab little outfits. Now, talking to that crowd, Danny, cameraman Tom, if you want to follow us down here, because I am joined by two Extreme Robots super fans. I've got Woody and Zaynor, and boys, how much are you enjoying the show?
It was okay, except for when the spinners broke down and it couldn't move. Yeah, so.
That spinners fight was a little bit dubious, wasn't it, Woody?
Yeah, it was about the same here, but I really enjoyed it.
Any favourite robots so far?
I don't know. I can't choose.
They're all that good, you just can't choose. But I'm loving the Major Damage merch, right, you two? I want to see the biggest robot celebration, right? Imagine you've just won your first fight. You're driving a robot. I want to see them Major Damage hands in the air. On the count of 3. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Major Damage celebration! Ah, they're loving it. Danny, any particular favourite robot? Thanks, you two.
Do you know something? Hungry Boar surprised me in that it's got some speed, it's on its back, but also with this live, I do know there's a couple of people in the audience right now that are actually watching the live as well. So if you're watching, right, if you come down here now and see me, I'll give you a little gift. That's only if you're watching and you're here today, because I think that's great that they're here and they're still watching the live. Brilliant.
Yeah, it is absolutely brilliant. And a little reminder, we're going to be back here at 4 p.m. as well. So once this show's been and gone, once we've seen who's won all them rounds, it's time for that show too, which is coming at you at 4 o'clock.
And don't forget as well, right, that's coming at 4, but later on there will be episodes put up. There'll be Danny V Robots on the YouTube, so please go on, subscribe, tell your mates, tell your nan, your dad, your gran, everyone all around, subscribe to Extreme Robots on YouTube, because it's going to be epic this, you know.
And we honestly can't do it without your support, so get subscribing, get liking. Let's see who else we can catch up with in the audience, Danny. Who are you on the lookout for?
Well, I think all these guys. I mean, look at these guys here. Give us a wave. Got the shirts on. Yeah, brilliant. Let's go. Look at these guys. We've got some great wave in here. Look how you can bring it all right. See if we can get people waving. Come on, guys, give us a wave. Oh, yes. Look, see, we're live and they're still waving. Oh, brilliant. There you go. What do you think of the crowd today?
Oh, I think it's absolutely brilliant. XR Army, we love the support. Honestly, it's just brilliant to see you all coming out, watching the robot combat, and also getting on that YouTube and that live stream. It's all going on. We've got kids with major damage hands. We've got team kits. I'm loving it.
Look at this here. We've got some lad here. Look at him. He's made his little sign. Let's go and have a chat with this lad. Oh, yes. Have you done that yourself?
Well, what a fantastic sign. Have you got a favourite robot today?
I'd say like maybe Leviathan or... Don't know, they're all different and amazing in their own way.
Well, we're just loving your sign here on the channel, but I think we're going to have to head backstage. So, Jamie, we're going back to you. XR Army, it's been a pleasure, and I'll see you backstage.
Ah, nice one, Ellie, and the crowd are fantastic. It's great to see. What a great sign that was, the activate sign there. Great work from that boy. But of course, as Dan mentioned, we have had a couple of people on the live chat page message us and let us know that they're watching the stream. It's been brilliant. And if you are still watching, there's one guy that I can look at right now. Is he waving? Oh no, he's watching on his phone. But we have actually seen as well a few of the team kits being sold out there already. Of course, we are wearing them thanks to Raven Sport. And as you can see, just then the arena is being reactivated for the second half of the show. So there's 5 fights coming up, and we're going to start off the second half with all 4 teams battling it out again in a bid to win 3 points, which includes Inferno, Quake, Divinity, and Wolfpack. We've got Eruption, Jasper, Gabriel, and Axel. Of course, Axel and Gabriel have not actually turned up yet this year so far, so this will be their first fight of the year. Looking forward to it. Do reach out to us on the live chat page, as always. We'd love to read out your messages. And for us, which fight is it you're looking forward to coming up? Let us know. Which robot is your favourite as well? We'd love to hear from you. And of course, if you are coming to any of our live shows coming forward, do let us know as well. We'd love to hear from you. And let us know where you're streaming from today as well. We always like to know where you're coming from. We had someone from California earlier on today, and very early on, and it must be at least 7 a.m. over there. So for them to get up early on a Saturday morning just to watch us here is absolutely fantastic as always. But of course, we do have another live stream later at 4 p.m, which will be live and free here on our YouTube channel. So if you are wanting to watch that, be sure to join us live. But remember, you can rewatch these streams back as well. We'll have some Roboteers joining us. We'll have the live fights as always, and of course we'll have Ellie and Danny joining us as well at times on the stream. As we can. Well, we're very excited about all of this. We've got Steve Rimmer 26 saying another good fight and first half. It has been a terrific first half. I think my highlight for me has got to be TR4 with that flip over Raphael. What a great start for them. I mean, Newcastle United are having a terrible season. That's his team, but yet he's certainly shown the colours very well for the Geordies back in the North East as well. So as I said, we reckon we've got 5 fights coming up, and the first one will be 4 teams going in for it. But then after that, we will have another spinners fight. Can't wait for that. But as you can see in the bullpen, we've got our robots for the next fight coming up here. We've got Hungry Boar being lined up by what looks to be John Finley right there. We do also have, I believe that is Jasper on that bottom right corner of your screen. And Jasper was very impressive earlier in that first half and didn't get the win with Tectonic when representing Team Quake, but it fought very well, I thought, over those 3 minutes. And as you can see at the front of the queue, always raring to go is Eruption. Michael and his dad yet again there. You can't miss this dad with that headlight. And that's about to go in. Hungry Boar. Remember, this is all of them up against each other like a deathmatch match that you'd have had on Call of Duty. God, I'm sounding old. Xbox Live days, those were the days. So, Eruption, Hungry Boar. It looks as though Hungry Boar is actually replacing Axel for Team Wolfpack. Originally it was Axel, but Hungry Boar is struggling. Well, Hungry Boar has been one of them that it's a great push bot, and even Dan the man has also said that basically it looks as though it's gotten faster, which means it could be a bit more out of control, that is for sure. Well, they're giving stuff out at the front. Let's go and find out what's going on at the front. This is what you are missing out on if you don't come to a live show. There's the wonderful Ellie. And there he is. He had that activate sign, didn't he, at half-time. Look at that. Absolutely brilliant. And he gets himself an R2-D2 backpack. Very jealous indeed. I think every kid in the arena is jealous of that. R2-D2, provided by our good sponsors, our long-term sponsors of Get Ready Comics. And look at the crowd. It's great to see so many people back in their seats ahead of the second half. Now remember as well, of course, we do have a new sponsor for this year, and that is Holy. And of course, they've been keeping me hydrated throughout the stream. And of course, we've got all of these different flavours. I mean, one of them here is caramel. And what you simply do is just put a bit of powder in your water, shake it up, and it's a completely different flavour. Job's a good one. You've even got, I think it's Cobra here, Citrus Cobra, which I have tried myself, and it is, well, I'll certainly say it certainly wakes you up for the day. And then you've also got mango as well. But anyway, let's go to the back. As you can see, I wonder if any of our Roboteers have had any packets of Holy yet. Craig certainly has when he came on the stream earlier. So, as you can see, a bit of a different angle here. We've also got Danny and his team filming here this weekend. And these are some of the robots that will be lining up for the spinners. And as you can see, that's the last slice. That big one there on the left, you can't miss it. It's some robot. It can also actually go at different angles, so it normally puts in a little ramp underneath its weapon to point it up as well if it needs to when it's up against a gigantic robot like Zad Keel. And you're probably hearing crowd from the front, and they're giving out a lot of Hungry Boar packets at the moment, which is easy energy drinks, but also very good food to try out as well. We've got many sponsors, and thanks to them it makes these shows possible. Remember to reach out on the live chat page. Remember to reach out. We'd love to hear from you. And remember to subscribe as well. But anyway, we are going to go back to the back there. There's Jasper. A new one. I tell you what, how is that under 110 kilograms? I'm sure they've weighed him. The judges always check before the start of each show, I think. But you'd like to think that Jasper is definitely an upcoming robot for me. It showed its promise in that opening fight earlier on. The Roboteers seem happy and ready to go for these machines to go into the arena. And, well, quite frankly, we're just waiting for that next battle, the 4-team battle. And then, of course, afterwards we've got a spinners fight. Then we've got tag teams coming up on the 8th fight. And, of course, let's not forget the gladiator battle. So the gladiator battle we'll talk about in just a bit. But let's have a look backstage now. So this is Will, as we saw. As we can see, this is them. They work so hard to get these robots up and ready for the arena. And let's not forget, Poseidon was in the earlier fight. And, you know, it's mental to think that Will's going to be able to get that robot in for maybe another fight for this show. When we used to have Robot Wars on the telly, people forget it was recorded, and the fights were very long distance from each other. You could have one fight, then 3 hours later you'd have the next fight. It just shows how much work we put in those 2 hours. And look at the details there. As Will looks like he might be sealing it up. Maybe he's very happy with that. Yep, he is. Let's go back to the arena though, because we've got our first robot in. Eruption has now gone into the arena representing Team Inferno. Eruption won in the tag team battle with Viper for Team Inferno in that second fight. Can it make it 2 wins out of 2 for its team? Remember, they have currently got 3 points on the board. Now here's Hungry Boar rolling in backwards. Of course, a late replacement to Axel. What can it do here for Team Wolfpack? So Eruption looking in the distance. There's Jasper. Jasper about to come in. Who else on the live chat page has been impressed by Jasper so far? Don't forget, a new robot. So looks like he's already one of our own for quite a while. And you can even see Gabriel from here. I can feel the vibrations just with it rolling slowly to the entrance. So Jasper and Gabriel about to come in. There is our Roboteers from Scotland representing Jasper. They've travelled very far for this, to come all the way down here in Yorkshire. I'll need to find out where they're from in Scotland. It's a beautiful country. Gabriel now is about to come in just a moment to represent Team Divinity. We normally would expect Gabriel to be on a lot earlier in the show, but no, we've saved the best to the second half, you could say. Gabriel now entering the arena, and you can hear the banging from here. Oh, I can't hear myself. I think I need a packet of paracetamol after this. Certainly causes all sorts of headaches with that sword, but what a robot. But hey, if you come to a live show, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It is no doubt the biggest robot we've got, bar major damage, with Gabriel being able to take on. And there is the Firefin there. Of course, the Firefin had a bit of a bad fight earlier. So the ball pin, the door is sealed. Our first fight of the second half. Here we go, folks. Who's going to win? All four teams in this battle. So, 3 minutes as always. And, Eruption already on its back. And Gabriel, of course, with there being so many robots here in the arena, it's quite a tactical move by Divinity to have a robot that can get as many points as possible. We always remember as well that Gabriel was that one robot when it was up against in the Royal Rumble, that when there were so many robots around it, it would be able to get so many points because it's for every time it hits any of the robots around. Oh, Jasper, no! Eruption with a double flip there. And Gabriel somehow just avoids the arena flipper, was hanging around there for quite a bit. And they're all in that corner. Jasper's struggling here. And despite the confidence booster it had early in the first half, Jasper probably starting to realise how difficult it is against some of these experienced robots. But hey, this is what experience is all about. It's all a process. You have to go in there. The more fights you rack up, the better you're going to get. I call it the David Beckham effect. The more he practiced his free kicks, the better he got. And Gabriel, we've had Gabriel on Extreme Robots for many years. Same for Eruption. But now Eruption yet again getting one over of Jasper. Oh, Jasper is now getting pushed away by Hungry Boar. We're at the halfway mark. You can see major damage there in the distance. Watching on. I think these robots and the Roboteers themselves are relieved not to be sharing the ring with that guy. And of course, Gabriel's as a robot that changes its weapon quite a lot. It can be a hammer, it can be an axe, but this time it is a sword. Longest sword I've ever seen. And Jasper, avoid the sword. No, it got hit between the eyes there. Oh, and Hungry Boar is stuck to the fence. He needs maybe a nudge to get himself back going, but since they're all against each other, no one's going to support him. Hungry Boar, you're out on your own. Ooh, Gabriel nearly helped it by accident. Well, less than a minute to go. 3 points on the line. Someone's got to take them. I have no idea who that's going to be. Oh no, Hungry Boar surely has been counted out by now by the judges. Well, we're about to reach the countdown of 10 seconds. Here we go then, sponsored by our partners of Golby Watches. Oh, Jasper, no, couldn't get underneath Eruption. And cease. That's the end of that one. So we started with 4 teams. We ended with 3 remaining. But out of the 3, who won? The judges are making the decision as we speak. And looking back, Hungry Boar just couldn't get the wheels going, you could say. David is now telling the production team who has won. So we do know who the winner is, but we will find out from our partners of CO2U in just a bit. Great product if you want to fizz up your water. And, of course, the machines are fantastic as well. And the bottles are so big, you can get so much in there throughout the day. Anyway, we're going to find out who is the winner. No way! No way! You know what that is? Team Divinity's first win of the day. And if we could check out the leaderboard, everyone's level. Look at that. And we've still only got a few fights to go. So really, this is so open. It really is an open season playing field here. Inferno on 3, Divinity on 3, Quake on 3, and Wolfpack on 3. Let's go to Ellie.
Well, you two, what a way to kick off our second half. I mean, equal points on the leaderboard, Craig. You must be buzzing.
Yeah, I was panicking for a little bit in the first half, but Henry did an absolutely sterling job with the driving, as always. And I think he actually bullied a couple of them, but it was great to watch. I loved it.
Oh, Craig, you love everything, and we love to have you here on the Extreme Robots team. But Henry, coming to you, a fantastic drive there. What do you think makes you such a solid driver?
I mean, I have a lot of practice, and Craig keeps letting me drive his robots, so I keep getting better with them. So, yeah, looking forward to this year.
Well, it's clearly paying off. Craig, what can we expect from Team Divinity for 2026?
Hopefully we're going to do better than 2025. I'm looking for the win, but there's a lot of competition, but we're trying our very best.
Well, a very solid contender from both of you here. Here's your winner's token. Give it up for the fantastic Team Divinity.
Nice one, Ellie. And, yeah, I think Craig will be relieved to get those first 3 points because, hey, sometimes some of these teams don't get a first win in the first show, which is not great to have over your head there. But I've just put up on the live chat page a poll for you to vote who you think is going to win today. Will it be Team Inferno, Divinity, Quake, or Wolfpack? Now, let's look backstage now because hopefully we're going to have a much better spinners fight here. And look who that is there. Who's that guy there in the mask? Who is that? Is that a new robot to look out for? There's the last slice. Who's this? Traitor. Oh. Traitor. I was wondering who the guy in the black coat, because there he is there. And who are you? Here he is. No one knows who he is. Well, it looks like the mask from V for Vendetta there. Well, that's a new spinner we seem to be having here, folks. I must admit, I didn't get the memo there. Who is that traitor? Well, Marla doesn't care. Marla wants to get that robot into the arena. So let's hope that the spinners fight is going to be a good one this time. Sadly, it just didn't quite work out between Lugnut and Ogikill. Both robots having early season nerves, you could say, and was having problems with it there. We've got CD name 47 saying live streaming robot combat. What a time to be alive. Oh, absolutely. We do love doing these live. It's been fantastic. So, robots are about to come in. Then there's another spinner here, and that looks to be Tyrone. There he is, Tyrone. Pretty cool guy, Tyrone. Look at the tattoos there. Look at the cap. Look at the goatee. Tyrone's a very chilled out roboteer, I will say that. And we haven't seen him in a while, so it's good to have him back. Hopefully he could get something from this, and it's the biggest robot out the 3, no doubt about it. Who are we going for here, folks? Last slice? The traitor? Or Tyrone's? No one. I don't know who on earth the guy is for traitor, though. There he is, masked up. It looks like the magician from that show back in the 90s. Here comes last slice. The lights are on. It's a deadly weapon. Look at how big that spinner is. Look at the radius of it. Look at the width. Once it gets going, it is a horrible robot to go up against. So, we have asked on the poll who you think we're going to win. I think at the moment the votes keep coming in. I'm just trying to get it in front of me. And at the moment, most of you are going for Team Inferno with 50%. Team Inferno aren't in this. None of the teams are. This is mainly just the individuals of the spinners. Here comes Traitor. quite an interesting shape. I mean, okay, it's circular, but it only has little sticking out weapons there. And there's Tyrone just sorting out the last bit for his robot. I believe it's called Tyrone. That's what we had on the board. And I believe that this is the first season for Tyrone. And oh no, who's that? There he is again. He's pointing out. I'm getting quite creeped out. Can you imagine if he wins the fight? I mean, will we get a word out of him when Ellie speaks to him after the fight? That's what I'm intrigued about. So, we're just getting ready now. Tyrone has got it ready, it looks like. It's moving, that's a good sign. And in it goes. Brilliant. Right. It's Ted, apparently. Ted. Not Father Ted. Ted lives in a shed, you could say. But it's certainly not in a shed. It's certainly not in a shed today. Maybe it will be after this, but it might need to go for repair. Can it last? So Ted versus Traitor and the last slice. I think this is going to be a good one, folks. I don't think you'll be disappointed with this one. Here we go. One of you is saying that they're a bit bored. Well, this will not bore you at all. Let's get on with it. Here we go then. Get your cameras out if you're watching in the arena. Right. We just need one of them to move now. Traitor's... What? Traitor's just standing still. Oh! I thought Last Slice was going to go in for the weapon, but it went on the side, and I think that might have knocked it out. Traitor, you've got no chance. Surely, you're too small. Boom! That was scary. Traitor's doing really well, though. It's still going. What is Last Slice going to do here? It can't. I think it's got manoeuvring problems. Look, it keeps turning to its left. Is it possible one of the wheels isn't working? Another hit there on Traitor. Oh, poor Ted. He is certainly going back into the shed after that. He'll be needing a bit of repairing after that. Didn't take much, only took one hit. Well done to Traitor, though. It's lasted a minute so far. What is Traitor going to do here? I feel as though I'm intrigued by what they've put on that robot, because it really is taking the hits, and if anything, Traitor looks the same as when the first hit was made. It is quite small, though. It may not be able to spin properly now. I don't think it can do it, but it can still take the hits. Fair play, Traitor. Oh, it's been able to even get underneath. Ooh. Took a whack there, though, in between the eyes. This is impressive. I'm very, very impressed by Traitor right here. It may not win, but... Oh, look. Silence. Oh, I think he's given up. Oh, so it looks like the countdown is on from our judges. Let's count them down. Wow, that was an interesting one. Last Slice was always going to be the favourite, but I think it was a lot more challenging, and it certainly was a lengthy fight that maybe Last Slice wasn't expecting. Ted just didn't lift off, and Ted will have to go back into the shed and get some repairs done for sure. But yeah, I think it's fair to say that Last Slice will be chuffed with that to start off the year with a win. And of course, a lot better than the previous Spinners fight that we had in the first half. It's just unpredictable. We have no scripts here at Extreme Robots. We honestly have no idea what is going to happen in that arena. Well, there is Marla on the right. There's Neil. They are both our main men in the crew who make sure that the robots go in and out of the arena safely. And those robots, like I say, they are at maximum 110 kilograms. And, to lift them in and out and also build this arena, they are very hard workers. And it looks as though there might be problems there for Last Slice. It's still, they haven't moved them out yet, but they're probably just making sure that they are safe to get out of the arena. I got a good comment here from Steve Rimmer asking, how do the Roboteers name their robots and get inspired for the designs? It's a good question. I think we could, that could be a feature, couldn't it? Let's go straight to Ellie, though.
Well, we're feeling slightly scared, me and Ewan, back here with the all-famous Traitor robot. We're only going to communicate with hand signals. Traitor, are you a bit disappointed with that performance? No, we're not disappointed. They're still coming out strong. New robot, but Ewan, you were our winner there with the last slice. How was it to be up against such an icon?
Well, I was shivering in my boots. So I didn't know if I was going to beat him or not, but did smash him into the wall a couple of times.
Yeah, you did. Quite an impressive fight. Traitor, did it last longer than what you thought? It's a bit like watching Alan Carr again, isn't it? Back to the celebrity traitors. But look, really well done. Brand new robot here coming out with Traitor, but you were our winner with the last slice. What do you think gave the last slice the cutting edge there?
So we've improved our drive system this time. Previously, you've seen as the belts kept coming off the motors. So we've put some retention, stop that happening, and it's seems so much a treat.
Yeah, I mean, definitely one to watch for the rest of the season. Please give it up for your fantastic winner and the Traitor robot, the last slice.
Well done, Ellie, there. Have to deal with Traitor, of course. No words, but who wants to say anything when they've just lost? But I think Traitor should be pretty positive about that. Lasted very well. Very hard guy to argue with as well. You could get a lot of words out of him, that's for sure. But hey, looking forward to seeing what Traitor could do in the future. And of course, you'll be able to catch all the spinner fights on our live streams on our YouTube channel. Simply subscribe. You'll be notified if you click the bell to be told when our next streams are going to be on. Our next one is today at 4 p.m. A double bill this afternoon. You can't go wrong, can you? Absolutely terrific. But of course, remember to subscribe to us. We do have our old YouTube channel, but we'll make sure to go with Extreme Robots TV on YouTube and follow us on there. Okay, so we've got next up a tag team battle. We've got a tag team battle coming up in our next fight, which will be between the teams of Quake and Divinity to try and get 3 points here. Remember, all teams are on 3 points each. Anyway, we are going to, before the next fight, we are going to now join Danny, who is backstage. What's up, Danny?
Now then, pal, how are we doing? Well, we're here, we're backstage. We've got poker chips here. I don't know what all this is about. I think this is what they get when they win. But look at this, backstage. They're now doing the final little bits for the robots that's got things coming up. Look at this. Come on, guys. Look at this. This is protection here. Look, safety first, always in robots. Safety first. The robot's here, it's ready to go, even at the front, look. We're making sure that anybody coming past don't get hurt. But look inside this, look how clean and nice. I wouldn't have a clue. I mean, that there looks like it's like someone's off at a washing machine. What's that about there? Washing machine pipes. I'll have to nick my mum's when I go around there, see if I can make a robot. So, guys, a little sneak peek to what's going on. Jamie, I'm going to give back to you, mate, because we don't want to give too much away because we've still got a few pints left.
Absolutely. We do certainly have a few more fights. Remember to check out Danny's content coming up on our Extreme Robots TV YouTube channel. Danny vs. Robots. Do be sure to check it out. And as we look into the arena now, here's our first of the tag team battle coming up. Mega Mouse. Look at its eyes. Mean machine, that one is. And there is Dan Webb, one of our crew members, but also PO4. But anyway, before that, we've got Saint coming in. The smallest robot, yes, the smallest robot that Craig has in his collection. It was a kettle, but then I think the kettle blew up. Yes, he can make a kettle become a robot. He's an impressive man. We got PO4 about to come in. Now, PO4 was a new entry midway through last season, and Dan Webb has certainly got some wins under it now. This is coming in as a Fight Club winner, which is a preview to our first show, which is the robots that didn't qualify have a chance to qualify through Fight Club, and Dan Webb was the winner this time. So congratulations to Dan and PO4, and they are representing Team Quake. So we've got another robot coming in, and it's Tectonic for Team Quake now. There it is, who will be alongside PO4. Tectonic will be alongside against Saint and the Firefin. So here we go then. We're about to get underway. A tag team. I believe that this is the penultimate tag team of the day. So, as you can see... Oh, hang on a moment. What is Mega Mouse doing there? Oh dear, Tectonic. Reminds me of a gin and tonic. Is certainly getting the fruit going there. And PO4, as I say, Dan is still in the early stages with that robot. And so far, he's not gaining much from that. You can even see the Portsmouth crest on the back of his robot. Blue and white, the colours of Portsmouth Football Club. Oh dear, Mega Mouse acting like he's from Southampton, really determined to take down Portsmouth. It's fair to say both cities don't get on very well when it comes to football, but here we go then with Tectonic and Mega Mouse. Tectonic, the closest one to the camera there. Oh, Mega Mouse. Oh, it's lost its eyes as well. And this is looking like it could be quite an easy win here for Team Quake. Saint is struggling with its manoeuvring. Oh, Mega Mouse is gone. See you later, alligator. That was a terrific move by Tectonic. And that's actually our first fire pit exit of the day. We've also got SKZM5UG saying, we're here. Give us a wave if you can. Don't know if they can see me. But back with this fight. There's still 2 robots remaining. But Tectonic is looking good. Still got over a minute to go. Saints got to turn this around. No! Says Tectonic. Into the arena it goes. Into the fire pit it goes. What a fight for Tectonic. Didn't even need a teammate there. So, as we count them down, it looks as though it's going to be 3 points for Team Quake. Absolutely brilliant. Great work from Tectonic there. And really, even though it was a tag team battle, individually, it absolutely nailed it, didn't it? Fantastic work. What did you think on the live chat page? Reach out to us, we'd love to know. Of course, remember, if you are coming to any of our live shows, you can pick up our merchandise. We've got one of these here. It's a very popular one, this one. A pink version of the Extreme Robots cap. I do quite like pink. I like pink. I'm going to admit it to you. I like pink. What's wrong with that? We've also got our poll out at the moment, and we're just waiting to find out who you think will win the show on our poll. At the moment, Inferno seems to be the popular one. 67% of you going for Team Inferno. After that is Team Wolfpack at 22%, and then Quake 11%. No one's going for Team Divinity. Oh, that's not... We can't tell Craig that. Let's go to CO2U for the result. Team Quake it is. And that's 3 points for them on the board. I mean, we knew what the result was, but there's your confirmation. And we have a new leader. Let's check out that leaderboard. Team Quake on 6. Inferno 3, Divinity 3, Wolfpack 3. They're all below Team Quake. Can Team Quake keep hold of the lead? Let's go to Ellie.
Well then, Will, what a way to start that leaderboard. I mean, getting them points up, you are coming through. Fantastic work for Team Quake.
Yeah, another great fight. So Tectonic managed to get both out the arena. And then they were having so much fun out there, I thought, I've got to join them as well. But yeah, also well done to Dan with PO4. You know, he built that with the help of the XR Academy, won the Fight Club to make it into the main show, and then to take part with all the big scary robots was a great effort.
I mean, what an achievement for Dan the Crew. Let's hear it for him. Give him a huge round of applause and let's show him his support, because he's done a remarkable job, hasn't he, Will? So tell me more about that XR Academy.
So it's a great way to get involved with building robots. So John, who runs Ripper and builds the whole arena, he's got a really great workshop, loads of great facilities. So if you want to get involved with building your own robot, you can go and see him. He's got all the gear that will help you out, and he will make your dream become a reality, which is really cool to see.
Well, if that's you out in the audience, XR Army, then make sure to get in touch with the Extreme Robots website, where you can get all the information on how you can build your own robot. And you might even end up a winner like our fantastic Dan. But we've got Team Quake here topping that leaderboard. So, Will, here's your winner's token. Audience, stamp them feet. Let's make the ground shake as we give it up for Team Quake.
Yeah, well done to Will and Team Quake. They're our new leaders. Can they keep it up? Well, next fight is other two teams taking part, and Wolfpack and Inferno just need to get the wins this time, whoever it is. It just feels as though Ripper and TR4 will be up against Implosion and Viper. Of course, Viper, new robot as well. Viper is a new robot which did alright in the first half, I thought. Can it improve from that? Remember, Viper and Jasper have been terrific so far. Here they are, the robots. Backstage here, lining up for the next one. TR4 is there. Looks as though Implosion is being dragged in as well by Neil. There's Implosion with its axe. Of course, this is a robot that Michael produced about 2-3 years ago now. And it's an interesting one. You know, two flippers that Michael had before Implosion, then decided to take on an axe robot. Of course, a very heavy build. The more robots that they have, TR4 we just saw there. Alex Brown just doing some last-minute adjustments. I think that's Ollie as well there with Viper. There he is wearing the red colours of Manchester United. He'll like me saying that. He's a Man United fan. He's got taste. Not a Liverpool fan, that's for sure. TR4 then, there's a Newcastle United one right there. How those two clubs don't get on. There is Alex. Give us a wave, Alex. Hey, good man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Just don't remind him where they are on the Premier League table. And you, Clive, Chelsea fan. What does he know? 8th in the league. Anyway, so the robots are getting ready to go. Tag team, as I remember, is between Inferno and Wolfpack. So Inferno, it's Implosion and Viper. Wolfpack, it is Ripper and TR4. You can see Santa Claus is here. You think he sleeps throughout the year, don't you? He doesn't. He doesn't sleep when it's Extreme Robot season. Hello, there's Tyrone. I don't want to repeat the words he just said. There is Ted. He needs a lot of work. Anyway, Viper's just come into the arena. Sneaked in there, didn't he? Didn't even see it move. Sneaky little thing. Would be impressive if Viper could get 2 wins in a row here. One earlier on with Eruption. So Viper's been mainly a tag team robot so far. So working again together with Michael. A duo that is a boy band duo you cannot separate. But yet again, boy bands do split up at some point. Well, there is Axel. And Axel was supposed to come in a lot earlier. Here's TR4 now. Coming in for the Wolfpack corner. TR4 was really impressive with Ripper 6 earlier today. Can the form continue from our lads from the northeast? Of course, a lot of you wanted Team Inferno to win when looking at our live poll. Who's winning this one then, Inferno or Wolfpack? Let us know on the live chat page. Here comes Axel. Finally it's in. It's had a delay coming into the arena for the first time. Here it is now, though. It's been fixed by John Finley, and it is ready to go. Remember, this is a tag team battle, and this is our penultimate fight before the Gladiator fight. So we're near the end here, but still a lot to come. Who are we going for then? Let us know. Oh, I can't wait. I'm intrigued to see what happens here. Viper in good form. TR4 also been very impressive early on. Here we go then. 2 against 2. Oh! Careful. Viper is not scared at all. Ollie, absolutely brilliant. Taking on more responsibility for his team. As he gets older and gets more experienced, he's proven to be a key team member for Michael and Team Inferno. Viper behind TR4. Now in front. Oh, TR4 with the forks. I think that helped him out there. Remember, it helps defending your low floor and to stop your opponents from being able to flip over. Oh dear. Whoa, careful. Axel nearly swung away there by the arena flipper. Well, Implosion now getting pushed to the back wall. Axel with its forks, proving to be the stronger one against Michael's robot. Hello, arena flipper. So 1 minute gone, and all 4 of them are going for it. No one's leaving anything behind. Oh no, Axel, watch out with your axe there. You don't want to get it stuck in the fence. And Implosion and Axel are like a terrible pairing in Strictly Come Dancing. Just can't get it right. They can't get the instinct to work. There we go. Now they're hitting each other. Well, TR4 now pushing behind on Viper. Viper spinning around and saying, you can't do that to me. Come on, Viper, get in there. I think you can tell Ollie's unsure about going toe-to-toe with TR4. Not at the front, at least. Remember that these are 3 points to go co-lead with Team Quake. A very important part of this show. In build-up to the Gladiator battle. There's a lot of Roboteers backstage there watching on, even if they're not involved in this one. Remember, it is a team event. It's very important to see who wins. Axel now up against Implosion again. It gets behind on Implosion. It's had a couple of taps there. 30 seconds remaining. There's so much going on. TR4. Oh, the bungee cord's gone. So that might mean the flipper's going to stop working. Oh, there you can see there it is, the red cable. That'll be some work to be done for Alex and Clive Brown backstage. 10 seconds remaining. Here we go then. 3, 2, 1. And cease. What a fight that was. And quite frankly, well, you know, it's one of them, isn't it? You know, who on earth decides that? That's why I'm not a judge. Let us know at home what you think as well. But anyway, thank you to our fighters there. Dave is going straight to the judges. He's decided already. Who is it going to be? Remember, 3 points here to go level with Team Quake before the Gladiator battle. Here we go then. CO2U will tell us in just a moment who has won that one. It was Team Inferno. So Implosion and Viper win. It must have been close. I'd love to know what the points were there. Let's check the leaderboard. So there we go. Inferno and Quake level on 6. We're just waiting to find out about how the Gladiator battle will work, actually, because 2 co-leading. And of course, remember, Team Quake have been told that they will be the last robot in the Gladiator battle. So that's an advantage for them. Remember, it's 2-minute battle to start off with 3 other teams, while Team Quake will come in the second half of the show with a 2-minute battle against whoever wins the Gladiator. So there's a big advantage here for Team Quake to win, but also huge pressure on them to get the first show win of the year. So a lot to fight for coming up in just a minute. So remember, all 4 teams will be fighting. We're going to hear from Ellie in just a moment. Hope it'll be interesting to see who she'll speak to. And, well, Michael will be pumped up about this last fight, getting that win there with those 3 points. So, as you can see, we're just waiting. Everyone's a bit nervous backstage. Anyway, let's go straight to Ellie.
Right then, you two, the tension was really building with that one. You know, we had the heavyweight champion against our team champion. We had father and son. It was all going on. Michael, how are you feeling after that?
Good, you know, they're tough competition. I think Wolfpack are really the top of the game right now with Team Inferno. So to get that pretty decisive win over them after what I will call out as a really robbed fight earlier. Feels good. I think Ollie's really come into his own because between Implosion and Axel, that was super even. Both exchanging axe blows. So what made the difference there, I think, is not that I saw it, but I assume Ollie outdriving Alex and getting the win.
Ollie, yeah, you did really outdrive him there. Fantastic work. But like we mentioned, it was a bit of a father-son fight there as well, wasn't it? Tell us more about that.
Yeah, it was a father-son fight. So my dad was driving Axel. In my opinion, I tried to stay away from him because we're both kind of on the same team, but not really. But he fixes my robots, I fixes him. It's a good little father-son.
You're not on the same team. You're on my team. Come on. We've won 3 years in a row. Come on, we've got to be on my team.
I'm on your team. I just help him out.
Well, you know what? We're going to leave this one here and we're going to settle the argument backstage. But look, please put your hands together and give it up for the fantastic, your winners, Team Inferno.
I sometimes forget who's who because Ollie and Michael look like twins and they look like they're part of a boy band. But of course, we've got one more thing to go through in just a moment before our final battle. We're going to hear from Danny, who's backstage. What's happening back there, Danny?
Well, mate, as you can see, we are loading up here. So we're loading up for the last fight of this show. And it has been absolutely crazy. But let me just point out, these guys here, look, safety guys, they're making sure that everything's right. They will not let robots come in or go until it is the right time. These are the ones that shut the door off and make sure it is safe. We've got to give a big shout out to these guys because behind the scenes they put a lot of effort in. But what a day it's been, right? You guys that have all been watching live on YouTube, thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed, please do so because I know a lot of people, they watch YouTube and they don't press that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you nothing at all. What it means to us is it'll help us push it out. So please hit the subscribe because come on, you're going to be seeing this every time it's live, aren't you? If you can't make it to a live show, you can make it live here on YouTube. Jamie, I'm going to put it back over to you, lad.
Thank you very much, Danny. He's absolutely right, though, guys. You know, it's free to watch this live stream. It's free to subscribe, and we'd love it for you to subscribe. You can get up to date on all the content that comes out from the Extreme Robots TV YouTube channel. Live streaming, of course. We have our Danny vs. Robots content coming up, and all sorts of other things to look forward to. Anyway, let's go into this battle then. This is the Gladiator battle. Raphael coming in for Team Divinity. Sliders 15 saying earlier, Viper is an absolute beast. Some pun intended. Very good. Of course, Beast was the original robot. Changed name, changed everything. And look at that. It's great to see the arena so full. We've had a great afternoon with our Doncaster audience. We are back here next year as well. So if you are wanting to come to the Doncaster Dome next year, if you can't this year, be sure to get your tickets on the Extreme Robots website. Here's Ripper 6. Now that looks like it's a change. Originally they were going to put TR4 in the Gladiator battle, but now it is Ripper 6. Must have been some... Well, Alex has been busy with that last tag team battle. Of course, the bungee cord went out during the fight. Here is Ignition. And I do find that Ignition is Michael's probably weakest robot, if I can say that. I don't know if he'd agree though, but it's been a robot that has shown its age, you could say. The doors are sealed, and we're about to have our Team Inferno and Divinity and Wolfpack go in there too. So whoever wins this 2-minute battle, folks, will go up in another 2-minute battle against Team Quake, which it could be Poseidon. That's what the original plan was for the Gladiator battle. Will it still be Poseidon? Will just have to watch on. He can sit back and relax and watch the next 2 minutes here and maybe take on some tactic notes to figure out what to expect against the nominated winner. And remember as well, folks, to vote on that poll. We've only got a few minutes left before the end of the stream. Vote for who you think's going to win this show. Inferno in the lead, our fans' favourite at the moment of Team Inferno. Wolfpack with 25%, Quake 17%, and Divinity 8%. We finally got a vote for Divinity. It was on 0 before. Better than nothing. And Craig did get a win today, at least. Can it get anything here? So the audience are watching on there. They're very excited, looking forward to what's about to happen here. What a setup we have here, though. It's absolutely fantastic. Remember, for VIPs, if you buy a VIP, you can go into the arena at the interval and after the show to check out what it's like standing in there. The flooring is so unpredictable, and it's just incredible. But be sure to try it out. If you love to meet Roboteers, get autographs, even have any questions like Steve did earlier about how they get the names and the designs, that would be fantastic for them to of course ask the question. So that's how you can get your answers, Steve. Don't know if any of you watching from home have ever been to see a show, but we'd love to see you come in the future. Remember, our next live stream's at 4 p.m. today, so don't miss out. Anyway, here we go then. We got Michael, we got John there. The captains up against each other. Here we go then. Remember, it's only a 2-minute battle, not 3. Raphael! Oh, well, that's a lot better. Oh, no, it's stuck. Out of control. But Raphael lives on. Literally from heart-in-mouth moment to eye-watering there for Raphael. That was really mixed emotions. Well, I must admit, Raphael has already improved since the previous fight. It got flipped out of the arena within like 20 seconds. Remember, 2 minutes is a lot less in the arena to try and prove to the judges that you should be in that final. Nice work by Ripper there. Now trying to look over its shoulder with Eruption. It's doing really well, actually, John is with Ripper. Just the manoeuvring to just get away from its enemies and gets one on Ignition. Watch it behind, though. There's Raphael. Halfway through. Raphael nearly went into the arena flipper there. Oh, and also Ignition have to be careful. You don't end up in that fire pit. Team Quake watching on. Oh, nice work from Raphael. I've always said Raphael looks like Rex from the video game series Metal Gear Solid. CD Name saying front hinge flippers, the best kind. Well, both of the flippers, well, 2 of the 3 flippers here have got the forks on. But can Raphael again instead go against that style and prove to win here? Last 10 seconds to go. And all 3 robots still moving after that. So who's going to win this? As we wait for the judges to make a very quick decision. And, well, this is a tricky one. I really don't know, folks. What is it going to be? We're going to find out. It was Wolfpack. So Wolfpack with Ripper 6 has been nominated to take on Team Quake's Poseidon. And, well, there he is. There is John. So focused. There he is. He's standing next to Will as well. And there's John's fiance as well. They got engaged back in December. Lovely news ahead of Christmas, that was. And, well, here we go then, folks. This is our last fight of the stream and the show. Who are you voting for? Inferno or Wolfpack? Sorry, not Inferno. What am I saying? Quake and Wolfpack. What a show it's been. Here we go then. Right, so remember, there will be an advantage here for Team Quake. They've got more power and CO2 remaining for this next 2 minutes. So John will hopefully have been thinking about it tactically in that first fight to not use his weapon so much. And as you can see here, this is where Poseidon is the favourite. Look at the forks there, both going in. Oh no! That backfired for Will. John Finley with Ripper there in the green and yellow colours. It looks like Norwich City. Oh, just picking out the side there. And Poseidon's able to claw this back. Oh, the forks aren't always the best feature for these robots. It can also get them stuck in the fence. Oh, onto the side. You can see John and Will watching on. Less than a minute to go. Either way, a flipper is going to win the show for someone. Which one is it going to be? Ripper might have lost its fuel. Oh, it might. Yeah! Now that's hard to wrap up a win. What a move there by Poseidon. And I think it's fair to say that Team Quake are your first show winners of Doncaster and for the 2026 season. Absolutely terrific. Great move there. Ellie Smith saying, loving it, what a show. Absolutely fantastic. What a fight that was. Great to see at the end. And Ellie Smith saying, well done to Team Quake. So yes, well done to Team Quake there. They've got the first show win. And that pretty much wraps up the first show of the year. How was that? A lot to reflect on, isn't there? And of course, we're back doing this again in 90 minutes time for show 2 on Extreme Robots TV on YouTube. So be sure to subscribe and catch our second stream at 4 p.m. to find out who will win show 2. Can Team Quake keep the form going, or will someone try and level it before the day is out? Steve Rimmer saying it's been a great first show. Well done to all teams. Absolutely. And thank you, Steve, and to everyone watching back at home, watching the stream. We've loved every minute of it, and we'll be back again at 4 p.m. So I think we're going to, before we wrap up actually, let's quickly get some words from our hosts here, including Oliver Scott. How are you, my friend?
I'm alright, mate. How are you? What a great start to the season.
I was going to say that Team Quake are getting the first show win. That doesn't always happen.
My money wasn't on Team Quake, because they were like the dark horse for me today. But they are great, and they showed their wonderful skill they've got. Do you know what? What a great start to the season. It's going to be a good year.
It is. And how are the audience out there?
Do you know what? I felt the passion from the audience. There were so many people in their team shirts cheering on the individual teams, whether it was the Wolfpack or Definity or Inferno or Team Quake. They were really into it today. So if you're coming along, you're in for a treat. And if you're watching this back in the highlights reel, thank you for being a great crowd, because you really are the 15 that makes the action happen.
Absolutely. No, I really appreciate it. The online audience has been tremendous, and hopefully we'll see them all again at 4 p.m.
Well, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Fantastic. Right, nice one. That was Oliver there. And of course, Oliver out at the front with Chris, and the energy that these two guys have is absolutely fantastic. Now, I think before we end the stream, I believe we might be going to... No, we're not yet at the moment. We will find out in just a moment. But thanks for the messages. I actually forgot to end the poll there. But, you know, for those who voted for Inferno, wow, weren't you wrong? Because it was Quake that won. Only 15% of you backed Will's team. But anyway, as you can see now, the crowd are leaving. But for that crowd there, remember, you can re-watch this show back. So be sure to watch it back, and also to watch us at 4 p.m. Right, we're about to go into the arena, folks, which, you know, only VIPs normally get this access. So for you lot at home, you are getting to see this as well. And I think we are now going to go straight over to Ellie and Dan.
Well, what a day we had there. Danny, what a show. Team Quake taking that leaderboard. It was just incredible. And we're here in the arena, getting the smells, getting the action. Fantastic, wasn't it?
Well, it's like Jamie said, it's only VIPs, and we ain't VIPs. We're running around like we're making cups of tea. But look at this. This is absolutely nuts. There's holes in the floor. There's bits of metal flying everywhere. It's got a right smell, hasn't it? It's got a right smell. And then this sheet in here, I mean, at first I looked at it and I thought it's like my old granddad's greenhouse, but it takes some hammer, doesn't it, out of this?
Yeah, this polycarb, it's triple layer just to ensure for our audience's safety. Now, if you just want to take a little look at the floor here, a lot of our audience think that it's a smooth, clean, nice little runway for the robots, but as you can see here, we've got all these ridges, all these holes, which makes driving all the more difficult. So it just shows what a fantastic job all of our roboteers do. Now, we've got our Platinums coming on in very soon, so if you catch all the audience behind, these lot have booked Platinum VIP tickets, which gets you a little backstage door, Danny.
It does, look, it gets you backstage. You can come and see this, and like you say, it's about as even as me when I've got my top up. Woo. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's been absolutely brilliant. So thank you all for watching on the stream. I've been Ellie Scarlett, and this is
Danny Malin. Thank you very much, guys, and don't forget, like, subscribe, tell your mates, tell your nan, your dad, your granddad, everybody, the Bob down street at Milton and all.
Tell them all, and we will see you back at 4 p.m. Don't miss out, because we've got another fantastic show. Team Quake top the last leaderboard, but who is going to be coming out on top in this next show? Come back at 4 p.m. to find out more. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.